There we go. Now, Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat, Shabbat, Shabbat Shalom. How is everyone doing on this beautiful Sabbath day? This is the second Sabbath in this quote unquote 2026. And today is January 10th, 2026. That's January 10th, 2026. Today is the Sabbath, and this is the assembly of the righteous. The assembly of the righteous. This is the day that the people of Yah come together, sit and go through the Creator's word, and they rest on this day from labor and work. The day is the day of rest. The Creator has ordained this for his people, for his chosen, and those that choose to obey him. So today is December, as we call December, January 6th, 10th. Man, what's going on in my mind? January 10th, 2026. There we go. And what we always do on the Sabbath, we start off with the prayer. After the prayer, we go through the commandments, which is the laws that the Creator has given for us to follow. Then after that, we share about, well, not about, but we share about about the prophets. When the people asked for Moses to speak, they was actually asking for prophets, and the Creator gave prophets, should I say? Anyone asking for prophets? After they asked Moses to speak with them, the Creator said they have well spoken, therefore He gonna send prophets. It says a prophet, meaning a prophet in his time, but meaning plural prophets. That's the reason why the whole Old Testament is the law and prophets speaking by the mouth of Yah. When it says, "Thus saith Yah." So what we're getting ready to do is go through. First, we're going to pray, and then we're going to go through the law. Then we're going to speak about the prophets. Then we're going to the last part of Samuel, Second Samuel. Today is the last of Samuel, Second Samuel. Then next week we're going into the Kings. So right now, blessed be thou, Father of the universe, that bring forth all living creatures forth from the earth. Blessed be thou, Father of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Blessed be the Father of Israel. Blessed be the Father of 12 tribes of Israel. Thank you, Father, for all you've done, been doing, and plan to do. We ask you to keep giving us wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, life, health, and strength, food, shelter, and clothing. Let us be happy, healthy, wealthy, wise, and prosperous in all that we do. We ask you to keep leading and guiding us so we can help lead and guide others in your knowledge, your word, your ruach, and your way. We ask you to keep your arm protection around us, keep us in every way, help us in every way, and allow us to grow from this depths of sin into your glorious light, and allow us to be your rulers and your workers to making this satanic system the kingdom of heaven, which is transferring from one point to the other. We bless you, praise you, and thank you. We ask you to help us in every way, whether it's physical, mental, emotional, financial, or spiritual. In all these things we pray. Hallelujah. 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 Thank you, Father. Praise you, Almighty. Thank you, Father. And a sweet tooth right there. That pains. Mm. So right now we're in Exodus chapter 20. This is the commandments. This is what the Creator spoke to the children of Israel in the wilderness. So we're in Exodus chapter 20, and we're going to start at verse 1, and these are the commandments of Yah. Exodus chapter 20, the 10 commandments. Oh, and I also like to thank my sister Beverly and my brother Cass out of the UK. They're here with us on Zoom. They're here with us today. I'd like to thank them for being here with us. The first one's here with us on Zoom. And I'd like to thank them, like I say, thank them for being here with us on the Assembly of the Righteous. And Jonathan Indy Scott. Hi, how you doing? I'm glad you're here with us on YouTube Live. You're the only one that I see on here. DJ Green 18,
like to say, how I would like to him. I would like to subscribe.
All right.
Noah Briggs, I sub to you too. Thank you. Thank you for subscribing. I appreciate you. I love you. Thanks for coming through. Thanks for being here. And please subscribe and stay connected because we come with knowledge, information, truth, and things that people don't know about. So we bring it to the table and we're allowing people to understand things on a different level. So I try to share information where people can see things in a whole different level. And at the end, what I do is at the end of each one, I give my name, number, and my email. And if you text me your name and your name, number, and your email, and if you want to come to the sovereign classes that we do, called Introduction to Sovereign Class of Knowledge, I will put you in my calendar and it will come to your email. And then if you agree to the dates, and then that will have my Zoom there, and that way I can put you in there, and then that way all my dates will come up in your calendar. So yeah, please subscribe, connect with me, and let's build. And then you'll have my number. You're always welcome to call me as well. So I'm wide open. You can always call. We could sit, talk, chat, what have you, and we can build from there. So, other than that, I thank y'all for coming and I thank you for subscribing. I appreciate you and I love you, really. So, right now, we're at Exodus chapter 20, verse 1. And this is the Ten Commandments. It states, and Yah spake all these words, saying, Yah spake all these words, saying, I am Yah thy father, which have brought thee out of the land of Egypt, out of the house of bondage. And just to let everyone know, in case you don't know, the reason I use the word Yah is because in Psalm 68 and 4, it says, praise him by his name. It says Jah, J-A-H, but really the J is a Y because there's not a J in the Hebrew alphabet. So the J is actually a Y. So I just wanted to explain that so you'll know. But as we go, first commandment. Verse 3, thou shalt have no other deities, gods, before me. Second commandment, thou shalt not make unto thee any graven image or any likeness of anything that is in heaven above, or that is in the earth beneath, or that is in the water under the earth. Thou shalt not bow down thyself to them, nor serve them. For I, thy father, am a jealous father, visiting the iniquities of the fathers upon the children. I like to say the iniquities upon the parents, upon the children, because today we don't have both parents in the household. We only have one parent. So says the visiting the iniquities of the parents, which it says the fathers, upon the children, unto the third, which is the Greek, and the fourth, which is the Roman generation of them that hate me, and showing mercy unto thousands of them, which is grace. Mercy is grace. And showing grace, which is mercy, unto thousands of them that love me and keep my commandments. Third commandment, thou shalt not take the name, which is the law, of Yah thy father in vain, for Yah will not hold him guiltless that taketh his name, which is his law, in vain. And the reason why I say the law is his name is because if you have a child, your children is supposed to represent you. If your children represent you, they're representing your name. When we keep the commandments and laws, we're representing the Creator, becoming children of the Most High. No one knows the Creator's true name because YHWH we can't pronounce. But if that's the name that He gave for us to be, if that's the name or symbols that we're supposed to be to recognize Him, we can't pronounce that. So the best way to pronounce His name is by keeping the things that represents the Creator. That's the reason why I say the law is the Creator's name, if you understand what I'm saying. Because the Creator is not a man. The Creator is energy, and everything is universal consciousness, should I say. So, fourth commandment, remember the Sabbath day to keep it hallowed, which is set aside. 6 days shalt thou labor and do all thy work, but the seventh day is the Sabbath of Yah thy father. In it thou shalt not do any work, thou, nor thy son, nor thy daughter, thy manservant, nor thy maidservant, nor thy cattle, nor thy stranger that is within thy gates. That means this day is what we should be doing this. For in 6 days Yah made heaven and earth, the sea, and all that in them is, and rested the seventh day. Wherefore Yah blessed the Sabbath day and hallowed it. Honor thy father and thy mother, which is the fifth commandment. Honor thy father and thy mother, that thy days may be long upon the land which Yah thy father giveth thee. And this not only means our fathers and our mothers, it also means the elders in the land, the elders. Sixth commandment, thou shalt not murder. Even though it says thou shalt not kill, it's really thou shalt not murder, because you don't supposed to take a life without a cause. Sometimes we take, when you do a sacrifice, you taking that's by cause of taking a life. That's when you do a sacrifice. You sacrifice for to eat or take that living animal. You're sacrificing that living animal. So that's what a sacrifice is, for a purpose. But when you murder someone, you're killing without a cause. All right. 14. Thou shalt not commit adultery, which is any man that has a woman. Another man should not lay down with another man's woman, and a woman should not lay, whether she's one woman with a man or many women with that one man. She's not supposed to lay down with another man. That's adultery, idolatry, and fornication. 15, or should I say, the seventh commandment, thou shalt not steal. Nope. That's the eighth commandment. Thou shalt not steal, which is taking another person's belonging. Ninth commandment, thou shalt not bear false witness against thy neighbor. And I tell you all the time, prosecutors, attorneys, and lawyers do this all the time because they wasn't there. Anytime you read the scripture, the Father tell you, let the first person that was there to be the witness do the throw the first stone or say the first piece, because they are a witness, because they saw the incident. That's why lawyers, prosecutors, and attorneys are breaking this ninth commandment. 10th commandment, thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's house, which is want. Thou shalt not want thy neighbor's wife, which is covet thy neighbor and want thy neighbor's wife, nor his manservant, nor his maidservant, nor his ox, nor his ass, nor anything that is thy neighbor's. Now we're going into the point of the prophets. The reason why we have prophets and the understanding, which is the key. Which is the understanding why we have prophets. This is a lot of people fail to realize this because they don't study the scriptures, but this is why. Starting at verse 18, Exodus 20 and 18 states, and all the people saw the thunderings and the lightnings and the noise of the trumpet and the mountain smoking. And when the people saw it, they removed and stood afar off. Why? Verse 19, and they said, Exodus 20 and 19, and they said unto Moses, speak thou with us, and we will hear, but let not God speak with us, lest we die. And y'all know how it is, thunder and lightning outside. So if it's thunder and lightning outside and you in the house, imagine being in the open field like that. And this is where we get a lot of this information from, with understanding. Verse 20, and Moses said unto the people, fear not, for Yah is come to prove you, prove all things, prove you, that his fear may be before your faces, that you sin not. And the people stood afar off, and Moses drew near into the thick darkness where Yah was. All right. Now, that's when the Creator gave him the 10 commandments on stone. Now, here, a promised prophet. Now, this right here is Deuteronomy 18, starting at verse 15. This is the reason why. This is the conclusion of Exodus chapter 20, starting at verse 18. This is the conclusion to that. And it states right here, verse 15, a promised prophet. Deuteronomy 18, verse 15 states, a promised prophet. It says, Yah thy father will raise up unto thee, a prophet from the midst of thee. If thy brethren of thy brethren like unto me, which is Moses, unto him ye shall hearken. According to all that thou desirest of Yah thy father in Horeb, in the day of the assembly, saying, Let me not hear again the voice of Yah my Father, neither let me see this great fire anymore, that I die not. This is what they said in Exodus 20, verse 19. And all this is the conclusion of what was already said. Verse 17, and Yah and the Creator said unto me, they have well spoken that which they have spoken. 18, I will raise them up a prophet. And this is your key right here. The Creator said he's going to raise them up a prophet from among their brethren. He didn't mean just one prophet. He means whenever he raised a prophet, he's going to bring them in. And when he bring them, he's going to speak in his name. And as we go. 18 again. Deuteronomy 18:18. I will raise them up a prophet from among their brethren, like unto thee, which is Moses, and will put my words in his mouth, and he shall speak unto them all that I shall command him. 19. And it shall come to pass that whosoever will not hearken unto my words, the Creator's words, which he shall speak in my name, which is in his name, I will require it of him. Creator said he's going to require it of you if you don't listen to the words of the prophet that speak in the Creator's name. Verse 20. But the prophet which shall presume to speak a word in my name, which I have not commanded him to speak, or that shall speak in the name of other deities, other gods, even that prophet shall die. 21. And if thou say in thine heart, how shall we know the words which Yah have not spoken? When a prophet speaketh in the name of Yah, that's the key. When the prophet speak in the name of the Creator, if the thing follow not, nor come to pass, that is the thing which Yah has not spoken, but the prophet has spoken it presumptuously, thou should not be afraid of him. So this goes to show you that it wasn't just one prophet that was supposed to come. It was many prophets that the Creator rose in their time, and the time for them to come to speak as the Creator gave them to speak. Now, where are we at? We're in 2 Samuel chapter 24, and this is the last chapter. But what I'm going to do, what I plan to do, I'm gonna give you two chapters. That part one, I'm gonna give you the last chapter of David, and then in part two, I'm gonna give you First Chronicles 21, which speaks of the same thing, but of two different entities giving it to you. So this is I'm gonna give you that for a purpose. Matter of fact, I'm gonna explain it first. But before I do, last week, which was chapter 23, I believe it's 22 and 23, or just 23 we went through. And we know mainly it was talking about the last words of David, and also the David's song of deliverance. So this is David praise of deliverance to the Creator in chapter 22, and the last words of David that David actually spoke right here, which mainly is verse 1 through 7. 1 through 7, where I guess these were the last words that David spoke. And y'all can check that out yourself. That's in Daniel chapter I'm sorry, Second Samuel chapter 22, the last song, which is the praise he gave to him, and then the last words of David was in 23, verse 1 through 7, I guess you could say. But his mighty men is from 8 through 39, from what I'm seeing. From 8 through 39. How many he had altogether? I think he had 30 some mighty men. 37 in all. 37 in all. 37 men that he had. 37 mighty men he had in all. Besides all the ones that he was commanding. Now, I'm going to explain to you the reason why. I'm going to give you First Chronicles, first, Second Samuel 24, and then let me go into First Chronicles 21. Let me find that real quick. Oh man, I'm right here. One page off. Thank you, Father. Yeah. Now, I want to share something with you. It's something said here that I want everybody to understand. I'm gonna give you First Chronicles first, First Chronicle 24 and 1. I'm gonna read this real quick. Nope, I'm not gonna go through. Hold on. Musicians. Now, these are the division of the sons of Aaron, the sons of no. Make sure. Well, I say 21. I'm over here in 24. My bad. 21. I'm thinking of Second Samuel 24. Here we go. Let me get back over here on point. 21. There we go. Right here. It's First Chronicles 21. And it states this. I'm gonna give you this first. It says, and Satan stood up against Israel and provoked David to number Israel. I wanted to give you that for a purpose. Now, I'm gonna give you something for a purpose. And I'm trying to get people to understand what negativity is. When I say negativity, the opposite of positive, or should I say the opposite of good vibes. The negative vibes ain't nothing but Satan. And as I've been reading, I've been understanding that when you come with something with no, not anything negative is of Satan. And I'm gonna show you something. And the reason I'm giving you this information to give you an understanding that anytime you come with something negative, and I understood this by my change spiritually, and I'm gonna share something with you according to what I went through. This is something that I actually went through. I was staying in Atlanta at the time. This brother named Keith Riddle, and I have to give him props on this because he's the one who told me about this. Even though it was the creator who guided me through him, because I give the creator all props with everything that happened. And everything I learned from the creator through someone. That's where we gotta look at things. So I give creator all praises for everything that I've come across and come to learn. But my point in sharing these two scriptures, I'm going to do this in part 2 as well, but I'm doing this in part 1 first. And I want everybody to understand before I can even go into 2 Samuel 24, I wanted to hit the first verse of First Chronicles 21. So you can understand who and what the creator is. The creator is all things. Anytime people say Satan is, Satan that, they don't even realize Satan is within you. Negative spirit is within you. Whatever spirits you carry and you hold, that's within you. So a lot of times people talking about Satan, they looking at the mirror. Other than that, it's the system. Anything outside of you is the system. It's the system controlling you with what they've taught you. They've taught you against you. That's the reason why in the second commandment, when it says visiting the iniquities upon the fathers, I like to say the parents, upon the children. Of the third, which is the Greek, and the fourth, which is the Roman generation of them that hate me. The generation of the world powers taught you to hate the creator. They taught you against the creator. They taught you not to understand and do the creator's will, because by them being controlled, they taught everybody to go no different than everybody just start celebrating, quote unquote, January, the beginning of the year. The creator started the beginning of the year in spring. But the Caesars changed it. The Roman Empire changed it from the beginning of spring to the middle of winter. And if you notice Revelation 13, it said, and all the world went a whoring after the beast. It tells you in Daniel chapter 7, verse 23. The fourth beast shall be the fourth kingdom, and the fourth kingdom shall devour the whole earth. This is what I try to get people to understand. Everybody's been in the satanic kingdom for the last 3,000 years or more. You see what I'm saying? So Everything that's been going on in this point in time, we're coming into the Creator's kingdom, but we're in the kingdom of the Roman Empire. And we started with the Greek, when the Greeks and the Roman took over. This is the reason why the Creator said he hate Esau. Why? Because Esau hate him. This is the Greek and the Roman Empire. So with understanding is what I try to give, try to let people see things on a different level. And until they're willing to accept it, they'll still be living the same life until they wake up. So I had to give you that explanation and this right here. Before I give you that, let me give you an understanding. Isaiah 45, 45 and 7. I'm just going to go straight to it. Isaiah 45 and 7 it tells you. This gives you the understanding of what the Creator is and what he calls. Creator take responsibility of everything he does. Take responsibility of the evil because he gave you two laws. He gave you the blessings if you keep the law, and he gave you curses if you don't keep the law. So both of them is still the Creator. And here we go. Isaiah 45 and 7 says, I form the light and create darkness. I make peace and create evil. I, Yah, do, it says I the Lord, but I, Yah, do all these things. Anything that happened, the Creator is behind it. Nothing happens without the Creator's will. And if somebody does something, the Creator allowed it to happen if it's evil or if it's negative, as we want to call it. So Isaiah 7:45 gives you the understanding of, now we're going to go back to First Chronicles 21, and it says on first verse, and Satan stood up against Israel and provoked David to number Israel. That's all I want to say at this point. Now I'm going to go through with 2 Samuel 24, the last chapter. All right. Now we're going to explain and we're going to break it down. Then when I start part 2, I'm gonna start with verse 1. Then I'm going to give you First Chronicles in part 2. All right. So now let's move. Now, 2 Samuel chapter 24. David numbers Israel and Judah. And again, the anger of Yah was kindled against Israel, and he moved David. See that? And again, the anger of Yah, you see over there, it says Satan. That's why I almost just read on through it. Over there in First Chronicles 21, it says Satan. But here it says the Creator. But look at the difference. Again, the anger, see, it was on a negative level. And again, the anger of Yah was kindled against Israel. See, the anger is the Satan side. See, the Creator has two sides. He has good and he has evil. People don't realize that. People look at the devil being one thing and the Creator being another. No, the Creator is everything. The Creator is your good. The Creator is evil. It all depends on where you at on his side. You can choose to be on his evil side because it's right there. It's like a book. If a book is open, what side you choose to be on? You choose to be on this side or you choose to be on this side. It's not he brings it to you. It's you going to him by studying what it is that he has for you. So, as we say again, we just read in First Chronicles 21 where it said, and Satan stood up and got David to count the children of Israel. But right here it says, and again, the anger. That's your key. People, this stuff people don't realize. And again, the anger of Yah was kindled against Israel, and he moved David against them to say, go number Israel and Judah. See that? See, it was because the anger, so it was something that Israel was doing, Israel and Judah was doing that David may not have known about. And this is what I mean by things that's going on that you know nothing about. See, if I'm only one man, I'm right here. I don't know what's going on down the street or across the country or whatever. I don't know what's going on over there. That's why it's up to you to keep the law. That's why it's up to you to do the Creator's will. That's why it's up to you to study to show yourself approved. See, that's why it says, and again, I'm just on this one point, but I'm letting it be known and with understanding. And again, the anger of Yah was kindled against Israel, and he moved David against them to say, go number the children, go number the number Israel and Judah. The creator did it. But over in First Chronicles 21, it says Satan did it. But that's the other side of the goodness of the creator. He said he can be a great God. He said he can be a terrible God. But people don't realize this. So every time they say Satan did this, Satan did that, it's still the creator. But majority of it is you. It's what side of spirit that you on that's within you that's going to allow you to either go on the negative or on the positive. And as I was saying, this brother named Keith Riddle, he actually told me, I don't say can't, ain't, won't, don't, stop, and things like that. He said, instead of saying those words, because those words have energy and power behind it. And I did it, and I felt the difference within a week or two, maybe. I don't know how long it was, but I felt the difference. I started watching what I would say. I would stop saying stop, try, can't, won't, ain't, and stuff like that. And then when they say, well, can you be here? Which come? Instead of me saying, no, I can't do it, I said, well, I'll see. I'll do what I can. Or if somebody asks me something when it comes to can't, stop, ain't, or won't, I'll just say, instead of just saying no, I say, well, I'll see if I can make it. I would make a positive note at it and try to really do it. And if I can't, I'm not going to say not, stop, won't. I would do. And I'm going to tell you, I'm telling y'all from experience, I felt a spiritual difference. And I felt
that emotion.
Say again?
I said seconded emotion.
Oh, did that happen with you too?
Oh, yeah. That's what they call it, spell. That's the English language. It's nasty.
Uh-huh. Exactly. We talked about that a few days ago. Because the things we speak and say, we don't realize, we don't realize, like Cass just said, the words are spells. We had a conversation about that a few days ago in one of our classes. Words are spells. Just like they say spelling. You cast spells upon yourself by the things you say. And thanks, Cass, for bringing that back out. When you say no, stop, won't, can't, these are spells. And these are different words that put you on a different category. What was the word you just said? You said, look, you just came out with the correct word.
Spell?
Not spell, the one you said before that when we first came in.
No, I said that the English language. Oh, no, secondary emotion. That's what I said initially.
Emotion. Yeah, emotion. It's an emotion. So these are spells and emotions that we carry that we don't even understand or understand. So it depends on how you start to speak and talk and carry your conversation. This reason why words are very important. And it all depends on how you use them. So I'm telling you what I went through. I'm not talking about what I believe. I'm not talking about what I heard. I'm telling you what I went through. And Cass said he went through the same thing. So start watching your words. Start watching your words. And once you start watching your words and understanding your conversation, you can see things on a whole different level. And then, hey, baby, how you doing? My baby came in on Zoom today. Oh, I'm glad you decided to join us today, baby. My wife, Joanne, just joined us on Zoom. But as I was saying, this will show you a great difference in your conversation, and you will feel a spiritual enlightenment. Guaranteed, because I went through it. And when the things I share with you what I've been through, not what I heard, somebody told me, or if somebody told me, I tried it. And if I tried it, I'm giving you the experience. So when I talk to you, I'm telling you from my experience of what I know. So I just wanted to let everybody know that. So, and just to let everybody know, if y'all got comments, I'm going to share the comments at the end of the conversation. At the end of the reading, I'm always go in and share that so everybody know what has been shared while we're here. So right now, I'm going to go back to here. Yeah, I got a few people that said, hey. So back. I'm going to hit this one more time, and then we're going to move on. Just because we're at the beginning of this. And also, I just shared with you Isaiah chapter 45 and 7. The Creator said he does all things. So we have to understand when we read First Chronicles chapter 21 and 2 Samuel chapter 24, verse 1 on both of them. In First Chronicles 21, it says Satan moved David to count the number of the children of Israel. Here it says, and again, the anger of Yah was kindled against Israel, and he moved David against them to say, go number the children of Israel and Judah. Excuse me, just got to eat not long ago. So with understanding, the Creator is good, and the Creator can be evil or is evil. It all depends on where you at on his level. So, verse 2. 1 going into 2. 2 Samuel 24, verse 1 and 2 this time. And again, the anger of Yah was kindled against Israel, and he moved David against them to say, go number Israel and Judah. Verse 2. For the king said to Joab, the captain of the host, which was with him, go now through all the tribes of Israel, from Dan even to Beersheba, and number ye the people, that I may know the number of the people. You see that? See how I'm going to write this. I want to make sure. My good one. I don't see it. What's the fail? Oh, nope. Well, I guess I'll get in a minute. My good. Put it in blue for now. I want to put this 1 and 1 in blue. Or in teal, should I say. There we go. Have that there for that. Now, for the king said unto Joab, the captain of the host, which was with him, go now through all the tribes of Israel, from Dan even to Beersheba, and number ye the people, that I may know the number of the people, from Dan to Beersheba. 3. And Joab said unto the king, Now, Yah thy father, add unto the people. Now, Yah thy father, add unto the people, how many soever they be, 100-fold, and that the eyes of my Yah, or my Lord, may the king may see it. Let me read that 3 again. And Joab said unto the king, Now, Yah, thy father, add unto the people, how many soever they be, 100-fold, and that the eyes of my Lord the king may see it. But why do my Lord the king delight in this thing? Okay, he's asking a question, which is good. He's asking, why you doing this? But why doeth my Lord the king? I always said Joab respected David. Delight in this thing. Verse 4, notwithstanding the king's word prevailed against Joab. You see that? Joab was asking the question, why you want to do this? And against the captains of the host. Notwithstanding the king's word prevailed against Joab and against the captains of the host. And Joab and the captains of the host went out from the presence of the king to number the people of Israel. Right? Verse 5. And they passed over Jordan. Where he said, go through all the tribes of Israel. And to Joab, the captain of hosts, which was with him, go through all the tribes of Israel, from Dan even to Beersheba, and number ye the people, that I may know the number of them. And Joab said unto the king, and unto the people, how many soever they be, 100-fold, and that the eyes of my Lord the king may see it. But why doeth the king delighteth in this thing? Notwithstanding, the king's word prevailed against Joab and against the captains of the host. And Joab, so his mind was set on it, no matter what. And Joab said to the captain, Joab and the captains of the host went out from the presence of the king to number the people of Israel. So it's against it. So I'm going to do this right here. I just want to get this. When the king said, sorry about that, y'all. Just go ahead and okay. Okay. Verse 5. I see you back. I guess you in a different room, huh, bro? Cass?
Yeah, I am.
Okay, you know, I like to make sure it's you because we get these other people be coming in. Verse 5. And they passed over Jordan and pitched in Oral, or Ariel, Aurora, Aroer, Aroer, on the right side of the city, that lieth in the midst of the river of Gad, and toward Yazir. Verse 6. Then they came to Gilad, to the land of Tatim Hadashi. Hadashi, that's the best way I can say it. And they came to Danjin, and up and about to Zidon. Verse 7. And came to the stronghold of Tyre, and to all the cities of the Hivites, and of the Canaanites. And they went out to the south of Judah, even to Beersheba. Now, you know what? Me thinking about this right here reminds me of the census. When they want you to sign the census, we're not supposed to do that. They're trying to get every, and I don't do it no way. I think I did it maybe once or twice in my life. And I just didn't do it anymore. So when they had gone through the land, they came to Jerusalem at the end of 9 months. Okay, bam. It was 9 months. At the end of 9 months and 20 days. At the end of 9 months and 20 days. And Joab gave up the sum of the number of the people unto the king. And there were in Israel 800. There were in Israel 800,000 valiant men. Valiant men that drew the sword. 800,000. And the men of Judah were 500,000 men. Now, the punishment. Yah punishes David. See, it was a purpose behind everything that happened. But you got to realize the Creator moved, the Creator was angry against Israel, the nation, the people. The Creator was angry against the people. So he moved David to number them, right? That's the key. A lot of people think he was mad at David, but he was mad at Israel. So he moved David to number them with the captains and with Joab. Well, Joab and the captains, verse 10. Yah punishes David. And David's heart smote him after that he had numbered the people. And David's heart smote him after he numbered the people. See, if y'all understand something, Joab asked him, well, why you do this? Him and the captain, what's going on? Why you want to do this? No matter what, his word prevailed against both of them. That means that what he wanted them to find out. He wanted to know. So it was in the creator put in his mind to do that. You got to understand, what we do is what your heart's desire is. And sometimes the creator can do a certain thing and make you do certain things other than what it is to make a purpose happen. This is our key. But this is really why people stay in the word at all times, so we don't fall off. But this was to happen in order to punish them. Because there was something they was doing out there in Israel and in Judah they wasn't supposed to be doing. Because the creator is righteous and he's just. Says in verse 10, and David's heart smote him after he had numbered the people. And David said unto Yah, I have sinned greatly that I have done, in that I have done. See, David is the one who said it. He had to take the responsibility because he's the one who did it. Even though it was the creator who did it, but he did it through David. And David said unto Yah, I have sinned greatly. I have sinned greatly in that I have done, And now I beseech thee, O Yah, take away the iniquity of thy servant. That means he's asking for forgiveness. Take away the iniquity of thy servant, for I have done very foolishly. Right? Verse 11. For when David was up in the morning, the word of Yah came. Okay, bam. Here go your conclusion right here. For when David was up in the morning, the word of Yah came unto the prophet Gad, David's seer, saying, okay, this is another prophet named Gad. David's seer saying, this was another seer. Look like David was Gad was David's seer. Verse 11 again. For when David was up in the morning, the word of Yah came unto the prophet Gad, David's seer, saying, Go and say unto David, thus saith Yah, I offer thee three things, okay? Creator speaking. Offer thee three things. Choose thee one of them that I may do it unto thee. He said he's going to do it to David, but he's going to do it to the people because the people is David. Can y'all understand that? That's the reason why he say he's going to raise David up. In the last days, he's going to raise David up because David is the people. They're there to keep the word of David, but the whole point is David is the king in the place of the father. So David is the representative of the father because he's the king on earth representing the father in heaven by keeping the law. No different than Moses was when he kept the law, and anybody that abide by the law through Moses was abiding by it through the creator. No different than all the prophets. When anytime you are a representative, which I like to call an ambassador, when you are a prophet, you are an ambassador of the creator. It's the creator speaking, but it's not the creator because it's you in the place of the creator, whoever you may be. So you may be in the place of the creator, but you're the one who's representing the creator. So no different than all Israel. We all want to be a kingdom of priests. So when we become a kingdom of priests, we will be representing the creator through what? How many times can I tell you the third commandment? Through his word, through his law, which is his name. The law is the creator's name. You are representative of the Creator through his law. The Creator is not speaking to man himself. He's speaking to his representative to speak to man. So David is a representative as well, no different. But David, even though David the king, he had a spiritual connection, which is the prophet that came directly from the Creator and spoke to David. So there's levels to this situation, if you understand what I'm saying. So again, so Gad came to David, verse 13. So Gad came to David and told him and said unto him, okay, here we go. Here we go. We'll see the three different things. So came to David and so Gad came to David and told him and said unto him, shall 7 years of famine come unto thee in thy land? All right. "7 years of famine come to thee in thy land, or wilt thou flee 3 months before thine enemies? While they pursue thee, or that there be 3 days pestilence in thy land." Now, if you notice, these are 3 of the 4 judgments. I always try to give you understanding. When the Creator speaks, you got to go through the law and the word and his prophet to see the truth. These are 3 of the 4 pestilence, of the 4 judgments. 3 of the 4 judgments. The 4 judgments you'll find in Ezekiel chapter 14, verse 12 through 23. The 4 sword judgments is the animals, the wild beasts or the beasts of the field. That's the one that's not in here, but the other 3 is famine. Famine is, when there's no food and nothing like that. All the food dried up, which is the 7 years. Pestilence, which he said 3 days of pestilence. 3 days of pestilence. That's not a famine, but that's a plague, like the coronavirus that plagued the earth, which was after the 400 years. That was the coronavirus. That was the judgment upon earth. 2020, just to reframe your memory. And the third one is famine. 3 months. The sword. The sword is the 4th one. But the third one here that I was just sharing, out of the four sword judgment, the 3 is the sword. 7. It says 7 years of famine. That's 1. That means no crops, no food, and stuff like that. I don't think nobody would have picked that one. 7 years of famine. In the land, wilt thou flee 3 months before the enemy? That's the sword. That's the sword. 3 months, or 3 days of pestilence. These are 3 of the 4 sword judgments of the Creator. Of the 4 judgments of the Creator. And if you don't believe me, go to Ezekiel chapter 14, verse 12 through 23. And you'll have an understanding compared to what people believe. Put it like that. And I just shared with you, between the evil and the good, both of them are the Creator. Is the Almighty, is Yah. Both of them are Yah. The evil and the good. I just shared with you in 1 Chronicles 21, when it says, and Satan moved David to a number of people. And right here in the last chapter of 2 Samuel, which is 24, that the Creator moved against David and told him to number, because he was angered against Israel. So that's the reason why that we're going through this right now. But let's keep it moving. 13 again. So Gad came to David and told him and said unto him, shall 7 years of famine come unto thee in thy land, or wilt thou flee 3 months before thine enemies while they pursue thee? or that there be 3 days pestilence in thy land. Now advise and see what answer shall I return him that sent me. Well, to return him that sent me, which is the Creator. 14. And David said unto Gad, right here. And David said unto Gad, I am in great strait. Let us fall now into the hands of Yah, which was the best thing he could have said. For his mercies are great, and let me not fall into the hands of man. You see that? Because we know how man is. Man will do all they can to, your own people will turn against you. Your own family members will turn against you. And y'all know what I'm talking about. So this was the best thing he could say. Let us fall now into the hands of Yah, for his mercies are great. And let me not fall into the hands of man. There we go. I don't know where my other mark here. Probably not there around anywhere, but I don't see it. I guess it'll show up in a little bit. Oh, where is that? Well, this show up. This right here is really dull. This, and David said, this 14. Verse 15. And Yah sent a pestilence upon Israel from the morning. Here we go, verse 15. So Yah sent a pestilence. See, 3 days, that was quicker too. And the creator moved it to do it. So creator, whatever one David would have meant, he would have said, but you know, the creator know who he wanted to get when he wanted to get them. For the ones that who is did evil in his sight, knowing that they were supposed to keep the law. So the pestilence went through the land. So Yah sent a pestilence upon Israel from the morning even. Now check this out. Understand this. I'll be trying to get y'all to understand the time. It said from the morning even to the time appointed. From the morning even. Say, now, if this was given to David in the rising, I'm trying to see what happened. When was this said? And David smote him, and David said unto, okay, and it sinned greatly. Okay. Servant, for why was thy, okay, Gad, go say unto David, that I may be. And Gad came to David and told him, he didn't give a certain time when he said it, but it said, so Yah sent a pestilence upon it from the morning even. I'm trying to get everybody to understand what the morning even is. It's late morning to the morning even. See, you have 2 parts to the day, but you have 4 parts of the day. You have 2 parts to a day. You have morning, the rising of the sun, and you have evening, the going down of the sun. Now, you have early morning, which is we just say from 6 to 9. Then you have late morning, which is from 9 to 12. That's still that's morning even. That's late morning. Now you have the beginning of the evening, which is from 12 to 3, which is early evening, which is afternoon. This is afternoon. Late evening is from 3 to dusk. That's late evening. That's from 3 to dusk. So that's 4 parts of the day. It's 2 parts of a day, but it's 4 parts of a day. It's 2 parts to a day, morning and evening, but it's 4 parts of a day. You have first quarter, second quarter of the day, third quarter, fourth quarter of a day. See what I'm saying? If you cut it up like a pie, you have 4 quarters to a day, which is the light period with understanding. So if you notice right here, this is how you study to show thyself approved. So right here, so Yah sent a pestilence upon Israel from the morning even. Let me make sure I put this in. I put my little clues in the green. Little clues. The morning even. To the time appointed, which would be 3 days. To the time appointed. And there died of the people of Dan, and there died the people of Dan, even to Beersheba, 70,000 men. And when verse 16, and when the angel stretched out his hand upon Jerusalem to destroy it, Yah repented. See, now when he started the pestilence started coming to Jerusalem, that's his sacred place. He loved Judah. Can y'all see that? Can y'all see? And when the angel stretched forth his hand upon Jerusalem, the death angel that is, Yah repented him of the evil. So that goes to show when the creator get upset, he get angry. He could have said, okay, I just wanted this pestilence to be at a certain place. He could have told the death angel, I only want you to go from here to here and here to here. He could have directed him. But who knows? I don't know how the creator do things. But all I'm saying is, what we're looking at here is what we see. And when the angel stretched out his hand upon Jerusalem to destroy it, Yah repented him of the evil and said to the angel that destroyed the people, it is enough. Stay now thine hand. See, the creator, it's enough. Stay your hand. It repented him like, okay, well, repented means to stop or to change. That's all repent means. I keep trying to get people to understand. I told this brother this one time. Repent means you did sin. No, it don't. Repent means that you just change your mind. You're changing from what it is that you was doing. Repent means to sin. I said, no, that don't mean to sin. It means that you change your mind on something or you slow it down because he still did what he did. He didn't change what he did. He just stopped it when it came to Jerusalem. He still did what he said he was going to do. So the creator never repented on anything he did. He said he repented when it came to them. So he just said, well, okay, I'm just going to slow it down when it comes to stay your hand is good. He could have just let it keep going. And it probably kept going. It probably kept going. But it slowed down when it got to Jerusalem. This is where understanding, though. I've been trying to get people to understand some things. 16 again, and when the angel stretched out his hand upon Jerusalem to destroy it, Yah repented him of the evil and said to the angel that destroyed the people, it is enough. Stay now thine hand, and the angel of Yah was by the threshing place of Arnyah. Say Rayuna. Arayuna, I guess, the Jebusite. And David spake unto Yah when he saw the angel that smote the people. All right. So David could see spiritually. And David spake unto Yah when he saw the angel that smote the people, and said, lo, I have sinned, and I have done wickedly. But these sheep, what have they done? That might have been why the creator stayed his hand. Let thine hand, I pray thee, be against me and against my father's house. And there you go. So the creator ain't going to go against his word. And if David said that, the father had already gave David his word that who David was going to be to him and what he has done with David. So you got to understand what's being said at this time. So David said, these people haven't done anything wrong. I guess he's there with them. That'll be against me and against my father's house. So David trying to protect the innocent. Right? They haven't done anything wrong. Let it be against me, because whatever he did, he knew what he did wrong. Like we knew what happened with Absalom. He knew he was wrong about that. So whatever he may have done wrong, it's snowing. So whatever David may have done wrong, he's taking the upon. And this is something that we all need to adhere. We need to recognize. Be responsible for your own fault. If you did something wrong, take responsibility for it. This is what the executive office is about. This is what we're supposed to. If you have done something wrong, take accountability for what it is you've done. If you did it, I did it. No, I didn't know, or I did know, or I just didn't understand, or whatever. But if you did it and knowing it, well, I knew it and I did it. I accept all responsibility or responsibility. See, and that's what. See, the Creator does it with everything, no matter what, evil or good. The Creator, he takes responsibility for it all, because he knows everything that's happening. The Creator can stop stuff or allow stuff to happen. Now, man can do something out of pocket, like David did when he took Uriah's wife, but he got punished for it. But yet still, on this point, whatever happened, David took responsibility for it. He moved against Israel because he told him the number of Israel, even though the Creator put in his mind to do it, because it said the Creator moved David to do it. So even though the Creator moved David to do it, David took responsibility for it. Pay attention. Again, let thy hand, I pray thee, be against me and against my father's house. Verse 18. And Gad came in that day to David and said unto him, go up, rear an altar unto Yah in the threshing floor of Araunah the Jebusite. So that was a person. If it was either a person or it was a place, where it's Jebusites. 19. And David, according to the saying of Gad, went up as Yah commanded. And Araunah looked, it must have been a brother. Araunah looked and saw the king and his servants coming on towards him. And Araunah went out and bowed himself. Before the king on his face upon the ground. And Araunah, I'm saying it like that. I don't know if that's saying it correctly or not, but and Araunah said, wherefore is my lord the king come to his servant? And David said, to buy the threshing floor of thee, to build an altar unto Yah, that the plague may be stayed from the people. The plague may be stayed from the people. But if you notice, he said he's going to buy a threshing floor, to buy the threshing floor of thee. To build an altar unto Yah. Okay, verse 22. And Araunah said unto David, let my lord the king take and offer up what seemeth good unto him. Behold, here be oxen for burnt sacrifice, and threshing instruments and other instruments of the oxen for wood. All these things did Araunah as a king give unto the king. And Araunah said unto the king, as a king, well, I guess he was like a king under that place, give unto the king. I like that. As a king, give unto a king. So he was like a king of that place, right? He was the man of, he was over that area. And Araunah said unto the king, Yah thy father accept thee. Yah thy father accept thee. And the king said unto Araunah, Nay, but I will surely buy it of thee at a price. He wanted to give it to him. But see how it is when we purchase stuff? We have it seems like we have to purchase stuff from someone. Nay, but I will surely buy it of thee at a price. Neither will I offer burnt offerings unto Yah my father of that which doeth cost me nothing. See that? It's something about that. Purchasing. It's something about that. Neither will I offer burnt offerings unto Yah my father of that which doeth cost me nothing. So David brought the threshing floor and the oxen for 50 shekels of silver. And David built there an altar unto Yah and offered burnt offerings and peace offerings. Now, 50 shekels of silver, I don't know if that's a lot or a little. I don't know if that's a lot or a little. But I felt real good last night, just to share with y'all. As I was talking to some people, going when I was making my sales, right? And I'm talking to some brothers. And I ended up talking to a sister as well. Talking to some brothers yesterday, and one brother said, "Man, even thug niggas know you." I'm sorry, that's where it came. I'm sorry, it came out like that. But even thug brothers know you, bro. I said, "For real?" He said, "Yeah, man, the brim with the T, and And he said, "Bro, you're selling things." He said, "You're selling health. You're giving health. You're trying to help the people in the neighborhood with health with my alkaline water and teas, right?" He said, "Man, you giving help, man. It made me feel so good. I almost brought a tear to my eye, right?" He said, "Man, you giving help to people. Even the thugs out here, they recognize you, bruh." And he also said, oh man, it was something else right there. I wanted to say, slipped my mind. He said, you giving help to the people. Oh, he said, man, and your prices, you ain't trying to gouge prices and make people buy a high price. You make it affordable." He said, "You not cheap, but it's your prices is affordable for the people." And you trying to, I said, "Bro, and I feel it right now." Just to share with you, I really feel it. I feel the love right now just talking about it. But it made me feel good that people recognize that, because that's what I'm about. Trying to help people, build with people, and just trying to do what I can for people on the way. Like I sell my stuff, but I sell it at a price that's affordable. You know what I'm saying? Not trying to say, "Oh man, you can make people pay this and that." I ain't trying to do. I'm trying to help people. I'm trying to put things out there so people can have, so they can get it. You know what I'm saying? And then when they get the, like I say, well, I got a 16 ounce, one for $5, but you can get 3 for 10. When you buy 2, you get 1 free. That's a bargain for them. Man, oh yeah, man, if I can get 3 instead of 1 for 5, I can get 3 for 10. Yeah, that's a better bargain. And they tell the difference. And then the second thing I wanted to say is this. At my last stop last night, what I usually go at that they be playing like poker or whatever, in this back room where I be going. So I come there, "Hey, how y'all doing? Whatever, speaking, whatever." And the last time I was there, most everybody bought some teas from me, right? So I noticed, they drink a lot. They be drinking back there too. They be doing a lot of drinking and they're having a good time playing music, drinking and playing poker, whatever they playing, what have you. So as I was leaving, I said, "Hold on, sister," before she locked the door back. I said, "Hold on, I'm gonna give you something." I went out and I gave her a free bottle of a gallon of water. I said, "Now, if anybody is too drunk or too high drunk, what have you, tell them to drink about 2 16, but at least it's 2 8 ounces or 2 16 cups of this before they leave." It to bring and do you know when I came back last night? She said, one guy said, "Man, that water was good, but I was towed up. I was towed up, and that water, man, brought me back to life." And the sister said, "The water brought me back." She said, would have had to call an Uber. But when I drank 2 cups of that, it brought me down. It brought my high down. And I said, I know that from experience because other brothers had told me the same thing. So I know what my water do on how I do it, on how I enhance the energy in it. And one other sister said, man, your water gave me energy, just thinking about it. So it made me feel so good to know that other people recognize the love that I put out there. That's all I can say. That's the best way I can say. I try to put love out there for people to understand what I'm doing. No different than I'm trying to share information and knowledge, but what I do when it comes to me putting out my alkaline water, my alkaline teas, and my product, and sharing knowledge with people as well. So it made me feel so good behind that. Thank you, baby. See, my baby sent a heart up for me on but it feels so good, and sometimes it almost made me like I feel right now, tear up a little bit, you know what I'm saying? But it's real love. It's real love. So you was about to say some Cass, before I was going to read the last verse in 2 Samuel 24. Was you about to say something, Cass?
I was about to lost my thoughts.
I'm sorry, but I had to share that. But it'll come back. I know you, bro.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
gonna
yeah. I
come
got it.
back.
I got it. I got it. Got it. Got it.
What is it?
The 50
You going in and out. Say again.
shekels. The 50 shekels. I think it's probably about either 11.58 or was it 50? Yeah, $11 and 58 cents. For the
$11.
50 shekels. I think that's about it.
Oh, that's
That's how
what
much.
50 shekels is?
I think so. Yeah.
50
So
shekels of silver is how much?
I was looking it up last night. $11. 58 cents.
$11.58.
Something like that. Yeah.
Was you sure it's 11.58 or 1,158?
I'm gonna double check again, but last night I was reading through it and I said, well, that seems a lot. But then for those days, I don't know.
Yeah, that would be a lot, especially in that day. You never know. But that's $11.58 or maybe 1,158. But who knows? Who knows?
Hold
But
on.
but okay. While you
Hold on.
getting that, I'm going ahead and read this 25th verse.
Oh, it's $15.88.
1588,
Yeah.
50 shekels of silver
Yeah.
is $15.88.
Yeah.
50 shekels. One more time. Say it again.
Right. So yeah, it says approximately in our times here, it's fifteen
You're going in
dollars
and
and
out, bro. You're
eight
going in and out. Say again.
$15.88.
Dang.
50 shekels. I was looking it up last night and somehow it just didn't seem right. I thought maybe more.
1588. Mm-mm-mm. Well, don't sound like much
No,
to us anyway. But back then, it could have been a lot, or could have been just still a few cents.
it's just gone down again. 15.87.
Wait, what you looking at? You looking at today's prices, ain't you?
Yeah, it keeps you up to date with.
Boy, you looking at today's prices, man. You should have looked at it on how much it cost back in biblical days. Today's
No,
price,
no. So no. So what I'm saying is, I said, what is $50? 50 shekels. What is the equivalent to today? And that's what he came up with.
oh, that's today. I'm up here thinking like back then, how much that probably would have been in how much that would have been in BC era. I'm up here thinking you said about today's time. So today's time, that could be because it goes up and down.
It
That's
just went up.
today.
It just went down. It just went down.
But that's what I'm
1 cent.
saying. So that's not including to that time. Then that time that could have been a whole lot more, or a whole lot less. I'm thinking a whole lot more. I'm thinking, but I don't know. But at that time, this is, I wrote that down. But I think that if that's pertaining to today's time, I don't think that's equivalent to back then. I don't think anyway.
Well, it would do. It would be that, because it's like when they find some old money, and
Right.
it says that would be equivalent to today's, like, say, $1,000 or something like that.
Right.
So
I don't know.
so that's what
I
I
don't
did
know
ask
that right
for.
there. For what justify saying today's time, because today the silver is going up and down, gold is going up and down. I don't know. Well, that's what we have for today, but I don't believe that that's what it was back then. I don't believe anyway. Until we find out the truth back then, right now we just can go by what, like you just said, of today's time. But the last verse says, and David built there an altar unto Yah and offered burnt offerings and peace offerings. So Yah was entreated for the land, and the plague was stayed from Israel. So he stopped it at that time. But it was supposed to be for 3 days. But whatever it did, however long it took before they got to Jerusalem, is when he stopped it. So it might have been stopped the 3rd day. I don't think it stopped the 2nd day. But whenever it was, it started in where it says it started in 16. No. So Yah sent a pestilence. That's in verse 15. So Yah sent a pestilence upon Israel from the morning even. So that was like about 9 o'clock. Like about 9 o'clock, or anywhere between 9 and 12. Anywhere between 9 and 12 is the morning even. And I'm glad I came across that to understand it for what it is. And that's something that a lot of people are going to say, how you going to have morning and evening? You got to have understanding with the scriptures and when we're reading. So what we're going to do is, this is the end of part 1. And we about an hour and a half in this, an hour and 22 minutes. This is the end of part 1. And I'd like to thank my brother Cass and my baby Miss Joe. Miss Joe for being here at the moment. Sorry for cutting y'all like that. But what we're going to do, let me go ahead and read and see who all came in. First, let me see who over here on Instagram came in for a moment. Melissa Martine was just watching. How you doing, Melissa Martine? Kyle Jones, which is a cousin of mine, he came in for a moment. And Alil Israel. Now, this is Facebook. I'm sorry. This is not Instagram. This Facebook. I'd like to thank y'all for coming for part 1. We'll be back with part 2. And in part 2, we're going to do the other that was read, that was given according to 1 Chronicles chapter 21. We just did chapter 24 of 2 Samuel chapter 24, when it says, again, the anger of Yah was kindled against Israel. Now we're going to go in the 1 Chronicles 21 when it says Satan had created to do it. But both of them is of the creator. And this is what I try to get people to understand. The creator is all things. And I shared in the beginning of this, I'm going to read it again in part 2. Isaiah 45:7. I create evil and make peace. I create good. I make good and create evil. I do all these things. By him doing these things, the creator is good and he's evil. He says, I'm a great and merciful God, and I'm also a terrible God. So both of them is the creator in general. And when people say Satan this, Satan that, the only Satan is you. You have Satan within you. No different than the creator have both. You have both within you. But which one is more prevalent in you? Because people are quick to give Satan majority of the praises. That's what they do. Satan this, Satan that, Satan, 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 Satan. And the only Satan is you and the system. This system we're in right now. This system is saying because it has taught you against the creator. According to the 2nd commandment, as I would say again. It says, I'm a jealous God, visiting the iniquity, which is the sin, and ignorance. Iniquity upon the fathers, which is the parents, upon the children, unto the third, which is the Greek, and the fourth, which is the Roman generation of them that hate me. This is the Greeks and Roman that hate the Creator. That's why he said, I have loved Jacob and I've hated Esau. Why he hate Esau? Because Esau hated him. Esau is one who changed all the days, even in Daniel chapter 7:25. They shall think to change laws and times. They shall think to change the beginning of the year from spring to the middle of winter. They shall think to do that. That ain't true. No matter how much y'all do it, that still ain't facts. The facts is the beginning of the year is in the spring. The middle of winter is this goddess that they name. I've been telling people all day yesterday too when I was going through certain. I say, when they say Happy New Year, I say Happy 2026. The new year don't start till the spring. I say there's a two-headed deity called Janus. Look up January and see where it come from. You'll see a two-headed god, one looking to the past and one looking to the present. Past, present, how you want to look at it. It's a two-headed god, stuck just like that. One look like, and they call it Janus, Janet, or whatever. This is what you get January from. And the Greeks is the one who changed the beginning of the year from the Greeks or the Romans, either or, because both of them Esau, the third and fourth generation. They changed the beginning of the year from the spring to the middle of winter. And they did their own philosophy on the world that we have today. So once we start doing more research, we can start finding out more truth. And the more truth we find out, the more we come to know the real knowledge of the Creator. So let me go here.
Now, Mikael,
yes,
sorry,
sir.
the David, when he refused to take that, when he paid that 50 shekels.
I'm listening.
Yeah. So he said he couldn't give that to Jehovah, to the God, or to Yahweh, because it's something that he got for nothing or for free. So he rather pay for it.
Right.
So you just couldn't somebody gave you something and you're going to give it away. It's like you really got it for nothing. So he rather pay for it.
Oh, wait a minute.
So
Where do you get that? Wait a minute, hold on. Let me get there. Let me go. You looking at your notes?
Well, yeah, but like I said, I was reading it last night.
Okay,
and,
I'm listening.
Yeah, it's like, say for instance, and somebody give you something for Christmas or whatever, and you don't really like it, or even if you do like it, you thought, oh, you can have that. But it didn't come out of your pocket. So it's like it's meaningless. You understand?
Right. I got you.
Yeah, so he rather pay for it than give it to
the Creator.
To the Father. Yeah. So that's what, and the actual word Aruna means joy, because that man gave the plot to build the altar for free, joyfully. Right. He gave it
with the joyfulness of heart. He gave it to him for the Creator to do it for him, right?
Right. I thought that was interesting.
Yeah. Where'd you get that from, bro?
It is I've been looking it up on the internet, basically.
Okay. I'm glad you said that, because what I'm going to do is,
the Hebrew name Aruna also, or Aranan, has several proposed meaning, often links to concept of joy, shouting, strength, or being noble. So it's derived from the Hebrew roots, or potentially a borrowed title meaning the Lord. But it primarily refers to the Jebusite man who generously sold his threshing floor to King David for the site for the future temple in Jerusalem.
There you go. So that's where. Okay. Go ahead, bro. I'm sorry.
Joyfully.
So that's where the temple was built at in the future.
Right.
Dang, that's good.
So it says, I shall shout for joy, or joyful shout of Jah. Quite interesting.
And you know what? I was wondering because David, if you notice, well, I'm glad you shared that, bro. Because when David shared over here, when he said,
Mount Moriah.
David said in verse 14, and David said unto Gad, I am in great strait. Let us fall now into the women. That's not what it is. But what he said is, let us fall now into the hands of Yah, for his mercies are great, and let me not fall into the hand of man. So
Right.
when it says, right here, verse 17, this is what I was going to get to. And David spake unto Yah, and when he saw the angel that smote the people, and said, Lo, I have sinned and have done wickedly. But let these sheep, what have they done? But these sheep, what have they done? And this is when they was getting ready, the 16. There we go. Let me take it 14 on down to that point, from 14. David said, and David said unto Gad, I am in a great strait, right? I'm in great strait. Let us fall now into the hand of Yah, for his mercies are great, and let me not fall into the hand of man, right? So Yah, verse 15, so Yah sent a pestilence upon Israel from the morning, evening, like I said, morning, evening starts from 9 p.m. until 12. That's the second quarter of the day, from morning, evening to the time appointed. And there died of the people from Dan even to Beersheba 70,000 men. 16. And when the angel stretched out his hand upon Jerusalem to destroy it, Yah repented him of the evil and said to the angel that destroyed the people, it is enough. Stay now thy hand, and the angel of Yah was by the threshing place of Araunah, the threshing place. See that? The threshing place of Araunah, the Jebusite. The threshing place, which you just got to speaking on. Now, verse 17. And David spake unto Yah when he saw the angel that smote the people, and said, Lo, I have sinned. See, now this is when he mainly saying what he did upon himself. And I have done wickedly. But these sheep what have they done? Let thy hand, I pray thee, be against me and against my father's house. So whoever was standing in that place, they must have been righteous, and he knew it. David knew it. Verse 18. And Gad came that day to David and said unto him, Go up, rear an altar unto Yah in the threshing floor of Araunah, the Jebusite. And David, according to the saying of Yah, went up as Yah commanded. And Araunah looked, and that's when he came down and bowed. But David saved him before he even knew about it. Right here. Okay. I want to start right here at 17. The angel's about to go through, but the creator said, and I believe the reason why he stopped is because when David said, well, let it be on us, on me and my father's house, David protected them. So that's when the creator said, when we understand it, people just reading down, they read straight into it. But if you read with understanding, you'll see that when the creator said he's going to do, he allowed it to happen until David put it on him and his house. When David said, well, let it be on us and me and my father's house, then right there, the creator said, stay thy hand.
That's a good thing you see sometimes.
Huh?
I said that's a good thing sometimes. You know, like for instance, I remember an incident with myself when I was in the mill. Something happened one night. I was the only one that knew what it was. But they lined us up and said, right, nobody's going home this weekend unless somebody speak up.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I really couldn't speak up, but the benefit was going to come in the end anyway for everybody.
There you
So
go.
everyone actually had to stay at camp. They couldn't come home. So they all were punished because I didn't say anything. You understand?
Uh-huh.
But I knew that in the end, they would get better results. But with this particular incident here now, if he didn't put a stop to it and say, look, it's my fault kind of thing,
Right.
then everybody would be punished. Yeah.
Exactly. Now you
Yeah.
understand what I'm saying? See, some people will read straight down and see that the creator stopped it before David said something. But if you really understand what's being said,
Mhm.
David said this first, and then the creator said, "Well, this enough." A lot of people probably think that that the creator did it before David said it. But once you understand, this is what I mean, when you read and study the scripture, you can get a better. And I'm glad you gave that analogy, Cass, so other people can get a better understanding of certain things as
Yeah.
well.
You know,
By fact, like I said earlier, I share by facts and the things I've been through.
yeah, this is what happened. You see, I had a section of 34 men,
Mm-hmm.
and most of them looks like us.
Right.
So he was giving them, especially this particular one, he was really digging into this guy. Every day you're on the square, parade square, he humiliates him. So I decided to take action. Couldn't really take the action I would like to take there and then.
Right.
So I lay him up one night and kick his behind,
Oh,
but
really?
he didn't know it was me. So, but he had a feeling it's somebody from that group. When he came back the next morning, he says, "One of you bastards jumped me last night." And he says, "Nobody's going home this weekend unless you speak up." Nobody couldn't tell because nobody knew because I didn't tell any of them.
Right.
But guess what? He was a totally changed man. He never did it again. You understand?
Because if
So,
somebody would have spoke up, he'd have been against that person. But if nobody spoke up, he don't know who did what and when it could happen again, right?
well, yes, but nobody knew because I didn't tell them what
Right.
happened. You see? Yeah. So it just didn't happen again. Totally different person. So sometimes you have to take certain actions, you know?
Mm-hmm. Let me read this real quick in my footnotes. A lot of time I don't like going with these footnotes because a lot of times these footnotes throw you off with the New Testament. They put stuff in there that really don't go with the story because we got to
Right.
remember it is the enemy is the one who gave us it's giving us their point of view according to the story. I'm saying the enemy, meaning those who don't really know the creator in the first place. That's what I mean. So I'm gonna read in a footnote. I got 24:24. It says the apparent say the apparent discrepancy between the 50 shekels paid to Arua mentioned here and the 600 recorded by the author of Chronicles 1, chapter 21, which we're about to read in part 2. Chapter 21, 25 probably has to do with the difference in the amount of land purchase as indicated in the two accounts. Samuel speaks of the threshing floor, talking about the book of Samuel, speaks of the threshing floor as, as a site for the housing of the ark. Chronicles mention the whole territory, including the threshing floor, hence the price is much larger. The bigger area will be the location of Solomon's temple. There you go. You just
In the
mentioned that.
future.
Yeah.
Yeah, in the future.
Yeah, it said the bigger area would be the location of Solomon's temple. Uh 1 Kings 6, 1, 2, 2 Chronicles 3, 1 through 4. Since the account in Chronicles is introductory to David's preparation for the building of the temple, it served the purpose of the author of Chronicles to mention the purchase of the whole state. The account in Samuel, however, is more limited in scope, being concerned with the offerings necessary to stay the plague. Okay, I understand what it's saying. What it sounds like it's saying is that when we read uh First Chronicles in a few minutes, it's probably going to state something different than what we've just read. But right now, just giving you an understanding of this is just talking about where they did the sacrifices that compared to whatever's going to be said in First Chronicles 21. It may be talking about the bigger picture for the whole place for the temple.
Listen to this bit.
Huh?
Listen to this bit. It says the spiritual significance. It says God's sovereignty. The chapter shows how God can use even human sin or Satan's scheme to accomplish his ultimate purposes.
That's true.
Interesting, isn't it?
That's true. But that's what I mean by everything is other. See, a lot of people don't understand, and I say it all the time. I say this all the time. When you read Genesis 1:1, just 1:1, it tells that the Creator seen everything from beginning to end. Just that first verse. Genesis 1, and God created the heavens and the earth. He saw right there, he saw everything in his mind. His imagination, he saw everything from beginning to end. And this is when the spirit of everything started in verse 2. Verse 2, the earth was void and without form, and darkness was upon the face of the deep. The darkness was on the face of the people, which was the earth. We were the earth, and we the water. We're the water. And it said the spirit moved upon the face of the waters, which is the people. And then he said, verse 3, let there be light. Light was the law. See, right now, we in darkness, and the Father's seen all this. When I say darkness, I don't mean darkness as in the sky. I mean darkness as in Isaiah chapter 60, verse 1, 2, and 3. He said, arise, shine, us as a people, arise, shine, which is they called us shine, Piccadilly, and all that kind of stuff in this day and time. Arise, shine, for thy light has come, and the spirit of Yah, or the glory of Yah, should be seen upon thee. Verse 2. For darkness shall cover the earth, not darkness like this, but darkness. Darkness shall cover the earth, which is really the system, and gross darkness the people. That's the darkness in the mind. Gross darkness the people. This is what we're looking at. So when people, when Genesis 1:1, he's seen everything from one to the other. When Genesis 1:2, when he said the earth was void and without form and darkness was upon the face of the deep, that's talking about the people and everybody else. Genesis, Isaiah 60:2. Then it says, let there be light, because it said the spirit moved upon the waters. The spirit is the spirit of the Creator that's moving upon the people in this day and time when we are awakening. And that part, I mean, it's so much that goes together. People, when you understand the book, you can see the difference in the points that go with what I'm sharing. So then when it said verse 3, then it said, let there be light. A lot of people think that was natural light, some other kind of light, but the light is the law. The law was here in the beginning. Let there be light. And Yah separated the light from the darkness. He separated the light, which is law, from wickedness. He separated the two. The light is, excuse me, the light is the law. So now we're learning the law to move by the law compared to wickedness, which is what? Religion, Christianity. I'm going to say it. Jesus and anybody else that breaks the first commandment, thou shalt have no other gods before me. Jesus, Emmanuel, Yeshua, Prophet Muhammad, all them, all religions, all that is of darkness, because the Creator never gave religion. He only gave his law. This is what I've been trying to share with people for the longest. So by people not knowing this, they've been going with the ways of the Roman Empire, as it says in Revelation 13. And the world, I think Revelation 13:4, I believe it is, it says, and the world followed the beast and worship the beast and said, who is like unto the beast, which is Rome. A lot of people don't know that. The fourth beast shall be the fourth kingdom upon the earth. Daniel 7:23. When you read, study, you can see it all. But a lot of people choose to follow the Roman Empire. So it's a lot that was said here today and what we were sharing. And I'm glad you shared that about the Creator used Satan stuff to bring his will. Yes, he do. His switch is the sword. Guess who is the sword? The sword is your Revelation chapter 6, verse 7 and 8, which is the pale horse. Guess who the pale horse is? Esau. which is who? The Greek and the Roman Empire. Even though they hate the creator, he used them for his purpose. So now the people in this day, they're either going to turn towards the creator or they're going to stay with the system. That's where we come in with getting people in their executive office, getting people in their executive office so they can become separate from the system. This is what we trying to, and I'm telling y'all, the creator has allowed me to come to understand a lot, understand a lot. But I can only share it, and it's up to you to accept it or reject it. That's all I can say. And I see it all. I ain't gonna say I see everything, but what I know, I stand on. But just to finish up with
speaks
this,
to,
say again, bro.
no, I said it speaks in what you would say metaphors
There
and
you go.
similes and that kind of stuff, but people just read it just like an ordinary book.
There you go. But this book is live, whether they know it or not. It's live. And when it says here, I wanted to finish up when it says since the account in Chronicles introductory to David's preparation for the building of the temple, it served the purpose of the author of the author of Chronicles to mention the purchase of the whole site. The account in Samuel, however, is more limited to the scope being concerned with the offerings necessary to stay the plague. Then the last part was Abraham went to the land of Moriah, Moriah, when he offered his son Isaac, Genesis 22:2. The author of Chronicles, 2 Chronicles 3:1, associated Mount Moriah with the threshing floor of Ornan, First Chronicle 21:18. So that's just something I wanted to read in these footnotes. I'm glad they didn't go to the New Testament in this point, but over here in the footnotes over here, they talking about Acts and other points over here, and I'm like, that's not even a part of what's being said over here in the scriptures. So now, again, I want to say greetings and everybody over here in Facebook. We had Kyle Jones, which is one of my cousins. Melissa Mortine was watching. Ali Aliyahu Israel is watching. Bring them on. Tara Hill Judah is watching. Thank y'all for coming. I appreciate you for part one. We're going to start part two in a few moments. Over here on YouTube Live, we have some people said something. Let me go ahead and pull these up real quick. Woo, had a few things said over here. Man, this is the most I had anybody saying here in a minute. Jonathan Endicott said hi. DJ Green 18 said hi. DJ Green 18. Hey, I would like him to subscribe. Noah Bridges, H2Z. I sub to you. Thank you. I appreciate you for subscribing. Jonathan Endicott. Waved hand. DJ Green, smile. Noah Briggs. You're welcome. Thank you. Endicott, I did. Noah Bridges said hi. DJ Green, you are the best YouTube. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. I really thank you for that. Thank you. I really appreciate that. DJ Green 18. Well, I'm gonna bring it to my eye on that, boy. Y'all really know. Oh man. Noah Briggs. For real, he's in the best YouTube. I thank you. You're welcome, Nicole. I got eyes and it say, and I like to Noah Briggs say, I like to something D. Wow, this is interesting. DJ Griggs, 18. I'm glad it's interesting to you. Nicole, I know, okay. This is good. This is a good story. I'm glad you see it. I hope you win us with part two. All right. I hope you win us with part two. We're going to break down the other part compared to what we just did with part one. Yes, it is. You are very. Oh, thank you, DJ Green. DJ Green, very smart. Thank you. I like your hat. I think that's my key, Pa. Like you subscribe. Okay, say hi. Say hi. Good job, praying. Thank you. So you are the best. I hope you get 1 million. I hope to get 1 million subscribers as well. Help me out if you don't mind, and thank you. Hi. Say hi. This is so cool. This is a very good story and good job for praying. Thank you. Best. I believe in you. Thank you. Thank you. I hope your people come by. Yep, I do too. Back. Okay, I got it. Robert Craig. Okay, I ain't seen him in a minute. Y'all can keep that snow. Yeah, it didn't stop snowing now, but yeah, I know what you mean, Rob. I know you out there in South Carolina, I believe. I ain't heard from you in a while, bro. Noah Briggs, say, I'm back. Glad you can come back. Said sub. Okay. Happy. Okay. Noah Briggs. Great. You have a great day. You have to go. Noah Briggs, I appreciate you. And everybody that came on, I thank you. Thank y'all. This was pretty good. Everybody liked the comment of the story. So we're gonna go into part 2 in a few moments. We're still in 2 Samuel because this is where we are. But the whole thing is about numbering the people. So we're in 2 Samuel 24. This is the last of 2 Samuel. Next week we'll be starting in 1 King. We're starting in the book of 1 Kings next week. But what we get ready to do now, we get ready to go into. We're going to end here and we're going to go into First Chronicles and give the other half of what we just read. Okay, hold on, let me see. Let me just set it up real quick. Other than that, I can just say bye and find it while I'm out. Well, other than that, I'd like to thank everybody for coming by and just wanted to share with you that I am that Mikael in Daniel chapter 12, verses 1, 2, 3. Yeah, that's me. Showing the holy people who they're really supposed to be. Waking them out of their dead beds, which is really in their heads. For all of you who's living in the new, this is for you. Excuse me. I'm the same Mikael in Revelations 12, battling that red dragon where Satan dwelt, who deceiveth the whole world but prevaileth not, because the horn is blown without a doubt. This was prophesied for you to see that Mikael is really me. And there's a lot of things that's going on today that's being revealed, and we're building to a better world. I thank y'all for your time, your patience, your listening ear, your seeing eye, and we're gonna pause Zoom. We're gonna pause Zoom, and we'll be right back Zoom with part 2. You're the full version. Peace. Shabbat shalom, Shabbat shalom, Shabbat shalom. Greetings, everyone. Just wanted to say greetings, everyone. Today is the Shabbat. This is the second Shabbat of 2026. Don't forget, this is not the real New Year. The New Year starts in the spring, but the time that the Gregorian calendar and the Romans gave us to be the year that they set up is here in January. Today is January 10th, 2025. I'm sorry, man, 26, 2020. And also just thought about it, just hit my mind. My boy Mitch, Freddie Mitchell, my boy Mitch, tomorrow's his Earth Day on the 11th. I want to give a shout out to Freddie Mitchell. My boy in Houston, Texas, a good friend of mine I met in Atlanta, Georgia. Tomorrow's his Earth Day on the 11th. And just wanted to say, hopefully everybody having a great, beautiful Sabbath day, which we're in today. I'd like to thank my brother, Cass, and my sister, Beverly, out of the UK for joining us today here on Zoom. Also, my baby, Joanne, Miss Joe, she's here on with us today. Today we're actually going through and we're on the last chapter of 2 Samuel. Last chapter of 2 Samuel, this is when David numbered the people. This is when David numbered the people, and we just went over 2 Samuel chapter 24. So this is part 2 in part 1. This is part 2. In part 2, we're going to go through 1 Chronicles chapter 21. We're going to show the difference between the two, And I'm going to read them to you in a few moments. And then after reading, I'm going to give you the understanding to both of them as well. So before I read both of them, let me get this set up for what I want to go into right after this to prove to you how the Creator, the Almighty, God, as everyone call him, how the Creator is of, not of, how the Creator is a great and gracious Almighty and also a terrible Almighty. All right. So, how he's a terrible and great Almighty, but let me do that first since it's hitting my mind right now. And since I just found it. If you go to Isaiah 45:7, the Creator tells you, this is him. The Creator tells you, Isaiah 45:7, I form the light and create darkness. I make peace and create evil. I, Yah, do all these things. Excuse me. I, Yah, or the Creator, he does all these things. It says, I form the light and create darkness. I make peace and create evil. I, the Lord, or should I say Yah, do all these things. And as I was saying before, I use the word Yah in the place of God or Lord is because, excuse me, we shall extol him by his name as he said Yah in Psalm 68:4. It says Jah with a J, but it's actual, there's no J in the Hebrew alphabet, so it's actually Yah with a Y. All right. But no one can really truly pronounce the Creator's real name according to what is written in the other writings of holy writing. I don't want to say checker. I don't want to say the word wrong. So I'm just going to say YHWH. We can't pronounce that. So the way to recognize and recognize being a child of Yah or the Creator is by keeping the law. And the third commandment is thou shalt not take his name in vain. And we can't speak his name truthfully in vain, so we have to recognize him by his name, just like I always share. Your children represents you. If your children represents you, they're representing your name. No different if a person have a product. That product is its name. Your name is that product, and that product is his name. If someone drink that product or eat it, the name goes with the product, meaning that the name was the words right there. The respect, the respect of that name. I'm gonna put it like that. It's another word I'm looking for. It's right there, but it's not coming out. So the respect of that name is respect of that product, and that product is either good or it's bad. If it's a good product, the respect of it goes out. If it's a bad product, the evil whatever goes with that, the name of that product. So if the Creator says thou shalt not take his name in vain, if thou shalt not take his law in vain, that means you're representing the Creator by the law. The Creator's name is the law because we can't really pronounce his true name. So many of us recognize or try to call him by Yah, Yahweh, Yahuwah, and all these other names that y'all want to give a person or a man or a thing. The Creator is not a thing. The Creator is spirit, and the Creator is truth, and his word is truth. This is what people don't realize. The Creator is not a thing. The Creator is not a noun. This is what I've been trying to get people to understand for the longest. The Creator is not a noun. He's not a person, place, or thing. The Creator is spirit, and they that worship him must worship him in spirit and in truth. His law is truth, and his law is his name that he's supposed to be recognized by. And you are the representation you are the representation of the law and of the Creator by being ambassadors of the Creator by keeping his law. That's keeping his name and knowing him by his name. I'm about to go into name altogether, but I'm not. I'm just trying to get an understanding so that I understand what the Creator is and how he is good and he's evil. The Creator is all these things. So, again, Isaiah 45:7 says, I form the light and create darkness. I make peace and create evil. I, Yah, do all these things. So right over here in 2 Samuel, the last chapter, in the first verse, it states, And again, the anger, this is where I try to get people to understand. The anger of Yah was kindled against Israel. And it said it was against David, did it? It said it was kindled against Israel. And he moved David against them to say, go and number Israel and Judah. That's what I want people to recognize and understand. The Creator moved David to go and count Israel and Judah. The Creator did it. Why? It's because something that Israel was doing wrong. The people in Israel, like I said, if I'm watching my house in this household, I can't see what's going on around the corner, down the block, 2 blocks or 2 miles from here or across the country. I can't see what's going on with them, but what they doing, they know what they're doing. So the Creator set it up for the Creator set it up because his anger was kindled against Israel because of something that they were doing. Now he's saying Israel as a whole, but it's those in Israel that's doing what they're doing with understanding. Now, one more time and read it again before we go to 1 Chronicles chapter 21 and 1. Again, and again, the anger of Yah was kindled against Israel, and he moved David against them to say, go and number Israel and Judah. Now let's go to 1 Chronicles chapter 24, verse 1. And it says, David numbered Israel and Judah. Again. But here it says, and Satan stood up against Israel and provoked David to number Israel. You see that? It didn't say nothing about the anger. It didn't say nothing. It just mainly showed. This is why I try to get people to understand. It just showed where Satan. It didn't say the anger of the Creator. It just showed Satan. And this is the point I'm trying to get people to understand, that the Creator is Satan, and the Creator, well, Creator is not Satan. I'm going to say he's Satan, but I'm saying the Creator is good and evil. It all depends on where you stand in his light. You're either going to stand in his dim light or you're going to stand in his bright light. You're going to stand in his wickedness or you're going to stand in the law. Because the Creator said he created all these things. But it's up to what you decide to do to be a part of his government, his kingdom, and his way. So again, it says, and Satan stood up against Israel to provoke David to provoke David to number Israel. And over here again, last time, and we're going to leave for the moment, 2 Samuel 24, over in 2 Samuel 24, it says, and again, the anger of Yah was kindled. This is your key. Was kindled against Israel, and he moved David against them to say, go number Israel and Judah. I will go rest into it, but we're going to read it from here. 1 Chronicles 21. And here we go. And Satan stood up against Israel and provoked David to number Israel. And David said to Joab and to the rulers of the people, go and number. Let me get the. Hold on. And David said to Joab and to the rulers of the people, go and number Israel from Beersheba even to Dan, said that, and bring the number of them to me that I may know it, right? And Joab answered, the Lord make his people 100 times so many more as they be. But my lord, the king, are they not all my Lord's servants? Why then do my Lord require this thing? See, that's what Joab's asking the question. See, he's asking the question about it. Why would ye be a cause of trespass? Okay, bam. Now this wasn't there. Why would they be a cause of trespass to Israel? See, this wasn't in over here. I didn't see that part there. And Joab said to the king, over in verse 3, now Yah thy father add unto thy people how many soever they be, 100-fold, and that the eyes of Yah may and the eyes of my lord the king may see it. But why doeth my lord the king delight in this thing? Notwithstanding, the king's word prevailed against them. So whatever said between there, if you notice, that wasn't there. But what's said over here, it says in verse 3, and Joab answered the key points. I like put my keys in green. And Joab answered, the Lord makes his people 100 times so many more as they be. But my lord the king, are they not all thy Lord's servants? Why then doeth thy Lord require this thing? Then he said, why will he be a cause of trespass to Israel? Nevertheless, the king's word prevailed against Joab. Wherefore Joab departed and went through all Israel and came to Jerusalem. And Joab departed, went through all Israel, and came to Jerusalem. And Joab gave the sum of the number of the people to David. And all they of Israel were 1,000, thousand, 1,000, and 100,000 men. Now he didn't say that. Oh, what he said was that drew the sword. Okay. And Joab gave the sum of the number of the people unto David. Let me get this key together. Over here in verse 3, and Joab, the captain, and Joab and the captains of the host went out. This is Samuel. Went out from the presence of the king, numbered the people of Israel, and they passed over Jordan and pitched in Aroer on the right side of the city that lieth in the midst of the river of Gad, and towards Yazir. Then they came to Gilad and to the land of Tetham Boshi, and they came to Danjan and about Zidon and about to Zidon, and came to the stronghold of Tyre and to all the cities of the Hivites and of the Canaanites. And they went out to the south of Judah, even to Beersheba. So when they had gone through all the land, they came to Jerusalem at the end of 9 months. All right. At the end of 9 months. Let me go ahead and get. At the end of 9 months and 20 days. And Joab gave up the sum of the number of the people unto the king. And there were in Israel 800,000 valiant men that drew the sword. And the men of Judah were 500,000 men. Hold on. First Chronicles 21 and 4. 5. And Joab gave the sum of the number of the people unto David, and all they of Israel were 1,000, and 100,000. 1,000, and 100,000. Over here, it said, and there were in Israel 800,000 valiant men that drew the sword, and the men of Judah were 500,000 men. I'm trying to understand what's being said and how they're saying it. And Joab gave the sum of the number of the people unto David, and all they of the Israel were 1,000, excuse me, and that drew sword. all that they that of Israel were 1,000,000, 1,000,000, and 100,000 men that drew sword. 100,000 men that drew sword. Over here it says 800,000 valiant men that drew the sword. And men of Judah were 500,000 men. That number's off for some reason, but we have to see how it goes through. All right. 5 again. And Joab gave the sum of the number of the people to David, and all they of Israel were 1,000,000 and 100,000 men that drew sword. And Judah was 400, and Judah was 400, 70,000. 400, 70,000, and 10,000 men that drew sword. Something off about that. Circle that 5. Gotta check that out later. But Levi and Benjamin counted he not among them. Okay, now we didn't get that. But Levi and Benjamin counted he not among them, for the king's word was abominable to Joab. Oh. For the king's word was abominable. So he didn't count them. But Levi and Benjamin counted he not among them, for the king's word was abominable to Joab. That means that's something he despised. That's the first time I seen him go against. Nope, I can't say that. Because he told him don't kill Joab, and he did. He told him don't kill Absalom, and he did it anyway. So certain things he did on his own. Certain things Joab did on his own. But majority of the stuff Joab did was according to the people. Now, I don't know. And Joab was he was kind of difficult. Not I don't say difficult. He was interesting. Joab was interesting in some of the things he did. You know, he took it upon himself to do certain things. Him and his other brother killed. Can't think of the brother's name. Him and his brother killed this other brother because he killed their younger brother because the younger brother kept pursuing him and he killed him. But he told him, "Man, go and leave him alone." But they killed him. Oh, I forgot his name. I can't think of his name right now. But they killed him in the time of peace. And Joab knew, but that was feelings involved at that time. Then David told him, "Don't kill Absalom." Now, to me, if I'm looking at it in Joab's eyes, in my point of view, Joab probably is upset. You trying to go into your father's place, and the stuff you did was disrespectful. You done went into his concubine wives and stuff like that. Now, Joab don't know that this is Joab don't know that this is of the Creator going on. Joab just thinking of a man of a mind, the mind of a man. To me, that still respects his king, but trying to do things correctly and right in his eyes. See what I'm saying? Joab was interesting. You know, he always obeyed the king at certain points, and at certain point that he felt like he was doing something the way he wanted to do it, he did it. Matter of fact, he murdered another man that David put in place of Joab when he killed Absalom, and he understood it. He didn't know it per se, but he perceived you did this and I told you not to. So he put this other brother, Amasa, I think it's Amasa, he put him in the place of Joab, and Joab murdered him. He killed him. He pulled him to it and stuck him in the rib and killed him because he put him in Joab's place. Joab took his place back. Oh, you gonna give it to him? Okay. Killed him and took his place back. He's looking at it right now. He took his place back. Then Joab went and took the head of this guy that disrespected David. See what I'm saying? So Joab, I believe he was like a servant of the Creator in his. The Creator had him serving him, but Joab was doing his own thing as well. Joab was a servant of the Creator undercover. I'm looking at it like that. Just to look at reading the stories, and if you look at things on the back end, Joab was doing things, maybe some things he wasn't supposed to do, but he was doing things, getting everything out there. He was clearing the way for David the whole time. Even though he was in his feeling when he killed, cannot think of the brother's name. Can't think of his name. When he killed him, he was in his feelings because him and his brother killed that brother, even though that brother is the one that put David in place to be king over Judah and Israel. But hey, it is what it is. So, 6. First Chronicles 21:6. But Levi and Benjamin counted he not among them, for the king's word was abominable to Joab. And like I said, that right there lets me understand that he was working for the Creator, not even knowing it. Not even knowing he was working for the Creator, but that's what he was doing. David chooses his punishment. All right. Verse 7. And Yah was displeased with the thing. See, now it's saying Yah was displeased because he was. I'm going to put this like this. My other yellow marker. I don't see it, boy. That's a new one, too. I don't know where it's at. I don't see it. Still looking for it and can't find it. It's around here somewhere. I hate when I go. It bothers me when I know something around or I know something in mind and I can't find it. It bothers me till I find it. But verse 8, and David said unto Yah, I have sinned greatly. There we go. I have sinned greatly because I have done this thing, but now I beseech thee, do away with the iniquity of thy servant, for I have done very foolishly. All right, so he's asking, you see, he's asking for forgiveness. But it was the Creator that did it in the first place. He did it through him. And this is why I try to get people to understand everything that's going on is going to happen for the purpose it needs to be, it is going to happen for. Whatever purpose the Creator have that's going to be done or that he wants to happen, it's going to happen. It's going to happen. And there's nothing that you can do about it because the Creator is in control of every word that comes out your mouth. The Creator gives you the thought to do what you need to do. He even gives you the thought of evil. Why would the Creator do that? How did he do that? I'm gonna go read Deuteronomy chapter 13. Go read Deuteronomy 13. He gives you but it's up to you to make the choice. Oh, the devil does this. The devil is the Creator that does it all. The Creator, see, that's the whole point. And I try to give people understanding. You got to stop giving the devil credit when it's the Creator that does it in the first place. Even both of them, him. But y'all think, not y'all, but just saying. A lot of people think the devil is some other than the Creator. The Creator does it all. And people got to start giving Creator credit and stop giving another entity, which is another God, is what y'all doing. Y'all don't realize it. But it's all of the Creator. If you read Deuteronomy chapter 13, he'll tell you, if a prophet or a dreamer of dreams arise and tell you to go and let's go worship this God and let's go do that, he said, don't follow him because that's me giving him that and saying that what you're going to do. If you're going to follow me or not. That's the key. That's the bottom line. You either going to follow what I say do or you're going to follow and do something else other than what you're supposed to do. I don't care how strong it is. The Creator's word trumps everything. I don't care how much y'all say Jesus said this, or how much y'all say Jesus died for your sin. I don't care how much, whatever they try to tell you, all this other stuff they give you. The Creator's words trump it all. Thank you, baby. The creative words trumps it all. And people don't understand that. They into idolatry, they're into witchcraft, they're into numerology, they're into astrology, and into all these different things. The creator is over it all. To me, I believe now this is me saying this. I believe everything is here for our understanding. Now we have to understand that the creator has given us to understand things at certain times. Certain things happen, certain things to be recognized for the purpose, whatever is the purpose is made for. The creator has given these things to us to understand for learning tools. This is an organized energy conductor. It's nothing but a stone that conducts energy for whatever purpose it does its purpose for. We have different stones that is in the Bible. We have stones in it. People don't even know the energy from stones. You see what I'm saying? People don't understand the energy of different times in the year. We give it names like Mercury retrograde and Saturn's return and all these other names that we give it, but these things was here before a name was even given to them. This is what I try to get people to understand. Before anything even had a name to it, it was already here. So we just have to recognize the purpose of these things and stop worshiping the idea of these things, which is like the names to them. People worshiping Yahuwah, and his name is Yahuwah. His name is Yahweh. His name is what was the other name? Maybe saying all kind of other names. Not supposed to say that. Whatever name, man. But his name, they fighting over names. The creator is spirit. These people say, well, his name, their mind is stuck on one thing instead of just recognizing the name is the law. You keep the law, you got it. All the other specific names is irrelevant. But that goes to show how much they recognize or really how shallow their mind is. And then some of these people are supposed to be scholars. They're supposed to know so much, and they did their research and this and that and all this. And it's really as simple. He said he make the wise or the what's called foolish and simple. They so smart, they dumb. And it's simple. It's right. A child can give you knowledge, and people are like, man, all that, they're too busy. Man, God is this, God is that, God is this, God is that. And a child can say, well, God is almighty. It's just God. We saying God, but everybody's fighting over the name. They fighting over this and fighting over that. And it's just as simple as the creator, God, the almighty. But people don't get it. Too smart for their own good. But hey, let's keep it moving. Verse 9. 1 Chronicles 21:9. And Yah spake unto Gad, David's seer, saying, and Yah spake unto Gad, David's seer, saying, who's talking? The creator. Saying, go and tell David, thus saith Yah, I offer these three things. Choose thee one of them, that I may do it unto thee. So Gad came to David and said unto him, thus saith Yah, choose thee either 3 years famine, 3 months be destroyed, or 3 months to be destroyed before thy foes. I'll break this down to y'all in a few minutes too, according to scripture. Before thy foes, while that the sword of thine, which is mainly the sword of thine enemies, the sword, overtake thee, or else 3 days the sword of the Lord, which is what? The pestilence. It said the sword of the Lord, but this is the pestilence. Even the pestilence, there you go. It's just saying in longer terms here. In the land, pestilence in the land. And the angel of Yah destroying throughout all the coasts of Israel. Now therefore advise thyself, and say, the pestilence in the land, and the angel of Yah, which is of the one who's going to be doing the pestilence, destroying throughout all the coasts of Israel. Is verse 12. Now therefore advise thyself what word I shall bring again to him that sent me. 13. And David said unto Gad, I am in great strait. Let me fall now in the hands of Yah. And that's the best thing he could have said. But first, before I go there, let me go back to 12. As I shared in part 1, I'm sharing with you right here. Part 12 is 3 of the 4 sword judgments of the Creator. The only one that isn't spoken here is the animals. It's 4 judgments. And you'll find that in Ezekiel chapter 14, verse 12 through 23. Verse 12 through 23, starting at verse 12 through 23 in Ezekiel chapter 14, it talks about the 4 sword judgments. The 4 sword judgments is 1 being the animals, the noisome beasts coming through to kill, do things in the land to destroy the people, but that's not mentioned here. What's mentioned here is the pestilence, which is the plague, like the coronavirus that happened after the 400 years, which is 2020. 1619 to 2019, we went through the 400 years of servitude with the Roman Empire. Then I would judge that nation, which is the pestilence, which is the coronavirus, and also the mark, which is they gave everybody that shot. That's the after effect. But the pestilence, which is the plague, you had the famine, which is no food for 7 years, or he had the sword. The sword is who? Esau in this day and time. Esau is the system. The sword is anything that's going on. You're being devoured by the sword daily by the cops in the street. One way or another, whether they're stopping you for a ticket or they're killing our people, our innocent people, for whatever reason they decide they want to kill them for. That's the sword. That's one of the judgments of the Creator, whether it is fully upon the nation or if it's on individuals. A lot of people don't get it, but that's what it is. So, again, verse 12, either 3 years famine, no food, that's one of the judgments of the Creator, or 3 months to be destroyed before thy foes while the sword of thy enemies overtake thee. That's the sword. The second there's another judgment. Or else 3 days the sword of the Lord, even the pestilence in the land, and the angel of Yah destroying throughout all the coasts of Israel. And that's the third one, which is what? That is the pestilence, the plague. Now, therefore, I advise thyself what word I shall bring again to him that sent me. And David said unto Gad, I am in great strait, verse 13. Let me fall now into the hand of Yah, for very great are his mercies. See that? See that? For very great are his mercies. I tell you, he's a merciful Father. But let me not fall in the hands of man. Why? Because we know man, your own brother, like I said earlier, your own brother, your sister, people of your own household will put you under their foot. Instead of trying to help you up, they'll push you down. But let me not fall in the hands of man. 14, so Yah sent pestilence. So Yah sent pestilence upon Israel. And there fell of Israel 70,000 men. And Yah sent, verse 15, 1 Chronicles chapter 21, verse 15. And Yah sent an angel into Jerusalem. And he sent an angel into Jerusalem. Okay, now let's get to this point. Into Jerusalem to destroy it. And as he was destroying, Yah beheld and he repented him. You see that? Now you see what it says here. See the difference? And Yah sent an angel into Jerusalem to destroy it. And as he was destroying Yah beheld and he repented him of the evil. He said to the angel that destroyed it, it is enough. Stay now. Stay now thy hand. But you see this right here? It didn't say that he sent it in there in the other one. He just said in Jerusalem, he repented and he slowed it down. But you can see right here, it said, and he sent it to Jerusalem. And Yah sent an angel into him. I like to put the keys here. Mm-hmm. All right. 15 again. And Yah sent an angel into Jerusalem to destroy it. He didn't say this in 2 Samuel. But we're looking at, I was able to explain it this time, and also Cass was able to explain the understanding of. That's why I said it was after David had prayed to the Creator and said, "Be it upon me and my house." But these people are sheep. They ain't done nothing. That's when the Creator said, and we're looking at it right here now. And if I hadn't read this in so long, I forgot about this point if I read it in its entirety. So, but the point that I'm getting at right here is the facts on how you read the stories, because some people just read the story straight through instead of looking at before and after, or something that come after may have been before, but you're reading it afterwards. This is with understanding. So, stay now thy hand, and the angel of Yah stood by the threshing floor of Oran the Jeb. See, now it's called Ornan. I guess this is a different way of pronouncing the name. But it's still the same person, but it's called Ornan. I guess that's the way you pronounce it the other way. The other way it says A-R-A-N, but here it says Ornan, O-R-N-A-N. So this is probably the way to pronounce their last name, the Jebusite. And David lifted up his eyes and saw the angel of this 16. And David lifted up his eyes and saw the angel of Yah standing. Let me go ahead and get this Ornan, the Jebusite. Okay. And David lifted up his eyes and saw the angel of Yah standing between the earth and the heaven. You see that? Having a drawn sword. You see that? Mm-hmm. There we go. Here we go. Woo! There goes the show. And I didn't read any of this thing, but now we're seeing confirmation in the understanding of the information. Verse 16 again. And David lifted up his eyes and saw the angel of Yah stand between the earth and heaven, having a drawn sword in his hand, stretched out over Jerusalem. Then David and the elders of Israel, who were clothed in sackcloth, fell upon their faces. And David said unto Yah, it is not, is it not that I commanded the people to be numbered? Uh-huh. Even I, it is, even I that it is that it that have sinned. I'm sorry, that have sinned and done evil indeed. But as for these sheep, let me get that. This is showing that he's saying what he did. 17. And David said unto Yah, is it not I that commanded the people to be numbered? Even it is that have, even I it is that have sinned and done the evil indeed. See, David repented. It was David who repented and the father stopped it. It wasn't the father who repented. It was David who repented. Because why? What I tell you, the person that's carrying the spirit is of the creator. So it wasn't the creator who repented. It was David who repented. But even though it was the creator who had David to do it. Why? Because he was mad upon Israel. When you put the two this way, here a little, there a little, precept upon precept, you got to understand the scriptures. A lot of people don't understand the scriptures. And this is the problem we have today. A lot of people just read, but they don't get understanding. But when you get an understanding, you can see it for what it is. Some people just see it and they have no, okay, without understanding. And that's the problem we have today. A lot of people don't have understanding. But when understanding comes, people want to fight against it. But hey, it is what it is. Again, verse 17. And David said unto Yah, is it not I that commanded the people to be numbered? Even I it is that have sinned and done evil. But as for these sheep, what have they done? Let thine hand, I pray thee, O Yah, my father, be upon me and on my father's house, but not on thy people, that they should be plagued. See, he took up on the responsibility. Even though the creator put in his head to number the people, it still was him to do no different than the creator do. The creator, whatever the creator said, I did it. I did this. Take on the responsibility. People are quick to point the finger at everybody else. Don't forget, it's three of them pointing back at you. Take responsibility for the things you do. All the things you've done, take responsibility for it. Do that, you're going to come back out on top. We can see it right here. Take responsibility. If you did something wrong, whether it was good or bad, mistake or whatever, take responsibility for it. Once you do that, you're going to see how things start to fall. Again. But as for these, I'm sorry. We're at verse 18 now. We just said it should be plagued. David builds an altar. Verse 18. Then the angel of Yah commanded Gad to say to David, that David should go up and set up an altar. See what the angel did it. Pray to have people in order and in spots to do certain things. They couldn't see the creator, no way. That angel was an ambassador of the creator. See, the angel, you never saw the creator, but he saw the angel standing there. I saw in my vision an angel floating in the heavens, holding the book. Doing my spiritual awakening. Floating in the heavens. Floating. When I said angel, he was a giant. He was long and had like I remember, no wings, like they try to say. He was just floating in the heavens, between the heavens and the earth. He would float. I walked out there, I was looking now. I was going through my spiritual awakening that time. I look, I'm like, man, what is that? I was just walking, like I was like in the wilderness desert area, like I was just walking, but as I was walking out, as I was coming out, I looked up. I was like, man, I've seen this long. And I was like, it was just, he wasn't doing it, just floating, holding the book. Big book. Holding it. Laying there. And I was like, it was just shocking to me to see something like that as I was walking out there. Then I just got down and covered my head like this, and I felt a big presence come over me. And when I felt that presence come over me, I remember just that, it was like something being judged or whatever, something was going on. And it was like a door opened up, like a door in the atmosphere just opened up, and I got consumed in there. And as I was being consumed, I said, Lord. As I was being consumed, and as I was being consumed, I remember my spirit was down like this, And I was going it was real dark in there though. And I was going for a long journey across the bottom of the floor, but it wasn't the floor, it was like I was telling you. Remember, I was telling you about the second commandment. Not commandment, the second. Hold on, let me do this real quick, y'all. Because something's about to go out. I got red light. Red light. Here we go. I gotta switch up where we at. Excuse me, y'all. Where we at? This here is YouTube. You going up? Let me take Instagram down real quick, because Instagram, I had to charge you up for a moment. Put you right here. And let me put you up because you was falling out of energy. So let me get back to my story. Yeah, this is YouTube. Okay, hold on. All right. Back in action. All right, y'all. Yeah, I just had to switch y'all up for a minute. Energy going on real quick, about to fall. So, as I was saying though, as I was being absorbed, and like I was saying in Genesis chapter 1, verse 2, and it says, and the earth was void, darkness was upon the face of the deep. When I was absorbed into that hole, whatever it was, I went down, I'm going down, and I was going through it was like I wasn't on the floor, but it was like I know it was real dark in there, but whatever was dark, I knew I was going across the bottom, and I don't know if it was people or whatever, but I just knew I was going across. It was real dark. And as I'm floating, going across, whatever, the spirit is taking me across, and as it's going across, I'm going, and then I start going up. And as I was going up, I seen different levels of life. This was, I think, my fourth night of my spirit going through when I was fasting and praying. This is my fourth night, cold turkey. I seen levels of life. It's like I seen prehistoric, I seen prehistoric age, I seen medieval age, I seen several different points of life. And I made it to the top, and as I made it to the top, went over like that, and it just evaporated, just disappeared, dissipated. But the point I'm sharing with you is this. And I said that because I was talking about the angel that I seen floating at the beginning of that point of my going through my spiritual awakening at that time. But I seen an angel at this time in this vision when I was going through my days of fasting, right? And I'm just sharing with you what happened. I mean, here a lot of people having a lot of dreams today. People, I've been hearing people within yesterday, they were telling me, man, you've been seeing dreams, things is happening today. Things are going on right now, whether y'all understand it or not. The awakening is happening, but it's getting more prevalent today. But back to the story and the conversation. That angels, everything, if y'all understand, it's so much stuff that's real. We just in a different dimension right now. Things that's around us right now that we can't even see. But you fast long enough, you'll see some stuff. You'll understand some things you have to get to yourself, get alone, and you have to be present with the creator. Fast, I say the best fast. I did a song called Fast and Pray, but the best fast to me is dry fast. No eating, no drinking. Stay in the book. Do what you're going to do every day. Do what you're going to do as you do, but stay in the book. Study and read, and before you get in the book, ask the creator to lead and guide you. And he's going to lead and guide you, no matter if it's New Testament or Old Testament. Whatever you open up to, just start reading. First, be sincere and talk to the creator and just open up. I would suggest if you're just going to read, get into the law and the prophets and the Old Testament, just start reading and studying like we've been doing, going through the book. No different than what we're doing now. But if you just want to just pray and just say, well, just open up, you're going to find talking to the creator while you're praying and while you're going through your fasting, just open up and just start reading. He's going to show you the creator going to show you some stuff. That's all I'm going to tell you. I'm a witness. So just wanted to share that as we move on. Now we're at David builds an altar. And I was sharing a point about the angel. See, David seen the angel, And I know he did, because I saw some things in my spiritual and in my physical waking life. You know what I'm saying? When I say spiritual, when I was going through my spiritual awakening, I was seeing things in visions, and that was when I was asleep. But when I was wide awoke, I seen some things. So I'm just telling you, the real is real, whether y'all believe it or not. So 18, 1 Chronicles 21:18. David builds an altar. Then the angel of Yah commanded Gad to say to David, like I was saying, that wasn't the creator he saw, that was an ambassador. Anybody that works for the creator, that speaks for the creator, that's doing the will of the creator, is an ambassador of the Almighty. And I don't care if it's an angel, spiritually, physically, or what have you. They are ambassadors. When they come in the name of the creator, they are speaking as and for the creator. Then the angel of Yah commanded Gad to say to David, said that David should go up and set up an altar unto Yah in the threshing floor of Ornan, the Jebusite. And David went up at the saying of Gad, which he spoke in the name of Yah. You see that? In the name of Yah. You see that, don't you? I try to get people to understand that's a key point. In the name of Yah, which he spoke in the name of Yah. That's one thing I try to get people to understand. Once you start seeing it says, and Yah said, or in Yah's name, in the name of the Lord, in the name of God, and whatever, that's the creator speaking of Yah. 20. And Ornan turned back and saw the angel. He saw the angel. Turned back and saw the angel. And his 4 sons with him hid themselves. You see that? Now, guess why? They're more prevalent to the creator because they was more closer to the creator then. They was close to the spirit of Yah. They was keeping the word of Yah. Whether they fell off or not, they was more compared to how we are today. Today, people are in the Roman Empire, and they think the Roman Empire is right. You think the creator going to show you in all this wickedness? And I'm not saying the creator, but his angels and them going to show you himself? See, it's your mindset. You have to have the mind of Yah. You have to be in his word and knowing his word and understanding his word. The more you know the creator, the closer you are to him. And this is what I'm trying to get people to understand. The law is his name. The closer you are to the creator, the more you're going to see of him. Whether it's physical, mental, spiritual, you're going to see the creator and you're going to know it. That's why I'm saying they shall know my name is Yah. They shall know who I am. You're going to know because he's going to show you who he is by his actions. That's your key. It's the actions behind the things that the creator show you and the thing he's proved through his word. And in this day and time, this is so, the world is so chaotic right now, but as many people turning, and y'all don't understand. It's like light and darkness. Imagine this. Let's just say this is clear now, right? Let's just say I pour about half a bottle of Pepsi, a half a bottle of Coke or Pepsi in here. It's going to turn dark, right? That's the darkness. A half a bottle or even a whole bottle on top of this. This sitting like it is, and I just start pouring Coke in there or Pepsi. It's going to turn black. And then you know what I do? Sit it up under, sit that same bottle up under a faucet. Just let it run. It's going to dissipate and come out. It's going to turn back clear again. You know why? This is us. This represents us. Imagine in this day and time, we full of Coke. We full of Coca-Cola, Pepsi, whatever you want to call it. We full of the stuff that's making this dark. This is your body. You're full of darkness. See, this word, the law, is the faucet that's draining in here. The more it drains in, the more the darkness comes out. It's floating out. It's coming down and falling down. And now you be coming back clear and clean again by the word of Yah. By thus saith the Lord. That's your key. And this is how I try to share with people to get a better understanding. The more you get into this, the more you start to see. No different than we just shared the two difference between 2 Samuel 24 and 1 Chronicles 21. 2 Samuel 24, 1 Chronicles 21. 1 Chronicles 21 have just a little bit more information in it for you can see a better understanding of it, to understand the difference between Satan and the Creator. But I just laid it out for you so you can get a better understanding also as well. So that's why we where we are. Thank you, Father. So, verse 20. 1 Chronicles 21, verse 20. And it says again, Ornan turned back and saw the angel, and his 4 sons with him hid themselves. Now Ornan was dressing for a week. Okay, this is what it is. That's what Ornan is. It's threshing floor wheat. No, what he was doing is dressing for a week, I guess is what it's saying. And as David came to Ornan, Ornan looked and saw David and went out of the threshing floor. So he was at the threshing floor, he was doing wheat. And bowed himself to David with his face to the ground. Then David said to Ornan, grant me this place of this threshing floor, that I may build an altar therein unto Yah. Thou shalt grant it me for the full price, that the plague may be stayed from the people. There we go. Nope. Can't talk to you because I'm online. I'm gonna call you back when I get done. I don't know if you're on or not, but I have to call him when I get done. 23. And Ornan said unto David, take it to thee, and let my lord the king do that which is good in his eyes. Lo, I give thee the oxen also for burnt offering, and the threshing instruments for wood, and the wheat for the meat. You see that? What meat is? And the wheat for a meat offering. I keep trying to tell people meat is not flesh. He just gave and told you what wheat was. Another point. And the wheat for a meat offering. A lot of people see meat and they still be thinking flesh. I give it all. He said, I give it all. No, let's keep it. He giving it to him. But we go, Cass, I want you to share what you just shared not too long ago in a few minutes once I get past this, okay? I hope you're still there, bro. I want you to share what you just shared, what we shared in part 1, so we can make this a part in part 2, what you shared about what we talked about as well on this same point of view what we're sharing right now. Verse 24. And King David about the selling compared about giving something free away compared to buying it and then giving it away free. Getting it free and then giving it away free compared to buying it and giving it away. So I want you to share that in a few minutes, okay, bro? Because you read that not too long ago. Verse 24. Chapter 21, First Chronicles, chapter 21, verse 24. And King David said to Ornan, nay, but I would barely buy it for the full price, for I will not take that which is thine for Yah, nor offer burnt offering without cost. Sure. Said, I will. You there, Cass? Brother Cass.
He probably stepped away.
He probably did. Yeah, because he got.
Yeah. Hi. I'm still here. Beverly is still here, but has just stepped away for a minute. He'll be back in a minute.
Okay, Sister Beverly. We appreciate you. Sound good over there.
Did you open it?
Yeah.
She sure does.
Just come back. Hold on.
Okay. What's up, Cass?
Oh wow, you did it. All is well. Serena,
Huh?
let's get it a little bit later. Okay, sweetheart. Love you. Bye.
Oh, he was on the phone. You was on another phone?
Yeah.
I was just saying good night to grandchildren.
Okay, I understand. Yeah, that's good.
Oh, the water.
I wanted you to share something that you shared on part 1 here with on part 2 on the same thing that you said about the full price and the price of nothing. And remember how you shared that in part 1? I wanted you to share that on this part 2 just to have it in here for people to hear if they decide to come to it. Remember when David said, right here, I'm gonna read it again in verse 24. And I don't mean I didn't mean to stop you from your conversation from your grandchildren.
No, that's good. That's okay.
They still there?
No, they're gone.
Okay. Well, what I was going to share with, what I wanted to share with the people is that in First Chronicles 21, in verse 24, it says, "And King David said to Ornan, Nay, but I will verily buy it for the full price, for I will not take that which is thine for the Lord, nor offer burnt offerings without cost." And I wanted you to share the same thing you shared in part 1, the way you did, so they can understand the difference of something for nothing.
Yeah.
Do you
Okay.
remember?
Yes. Yeah, it's kind of like, somebody give you something, you want it, but you said, okay, fine, I'll take it, thank you. But then when you realize now, this is I'm going to give this to the Father, but I got it for nothing. I got it for free. So I'll pay for it instead. Then I can give it to him because it came from, well, basically my labor or, from my hands,
Came
so
with a
to speak.
cost.
Yeah, that's right. Instead of taking it for nothing. Actually, I got a little thing here. It says costly sacrifice. David famously refuses the free gift, saying, I will not offer to the Lord my God burnt offerings that cost me nothing.
Mm-hmm.
So he purchased the threshing floor and an oxen for 50 shekels of silver. Yeah, so he refused to take that gift and pay for it instead because, you feel better in doing that by just taking it and just give it.
Right. Now,
It's nothing.
You know what crossed my mind?
Go ahead.
Today's time, people want everything for free. They don't want to pay for nothing.
Truth. That's it. Everything.
They want everything for free. They want, hey, come on, I'll give you this and that. Now, and not putting anything down, but I just wanted to share this point right here. And I noticed something about, baby, you might can vouch as well. Since we've been doing these classes, we haven't charged anybody for anything that we've been doing. But it's one brother who has offered and shared a gift or a donation. I put it like that. I didn't say gift. He gave a donation just for the classes. And we tell him, bro, we ain't asking for nothing. We just doing this, and he did it twice. I really felt good behind the fact that he did that because he's building on what he get, and you know who I'm talking about.
It is showing appreciate love for what's been done because it's my issue is when I think about it, I don't act immediately, and then the moment goes, and it's oh my goodness, I should have done that. It's just
That
like
happens.
a man came to me a couple of days back, telling me about his mother passed. And you could see that he really needed a hug. And I didn't do it. It's after he's gone, I thought, look at that. You got that. There was that moment where you could have done something for that person. You know, and he didn't do it.
Just a
Yeah.
hug, though, right?
That's it. That's it. Don't need much.
But you know what? That be the creator putting it on your mind at that time. So next time that opportunity comes, that it won't pass by.
Well, this is it, you see. It's like in a class and you're doing tests, like maybe a tick test, you have to just tick it. So it always shows that the first thing that comes to your mind is the right one.
That's right.
Is there is a thing we call the remembrance. It brings back to your mind the right thing.
That's right.
The right time. And sometimes we just say, nah, it can't be that. And end up being the right one. Yeah.
Guess what?
Yeah, but sorry. But he goes on to say that the cost of worship. It says David's refusal to give God that which cost me nothing highlights that true worship involves personal sacrifice.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's it. That's it. Just like fasting. That's personal sacrifice. But the spirit told me, not loud, but it went across my mind when I was cutting this rope, cutting this cord, it just came across my mind. And I know it's the spirit, because it's the spirit that come across your mind, but it wasn't loud, it was vague. But it was like, well, you need to probably put some gloves on. I was like, and I said to myself, no, I can go ahead and do this, it's gonna be real quick. But I put some gloves on, I wouldn't have cut my finger in order to have, so I cut the tendon and I had to have surgery. You see what I'm saying? That's why this finger is looking like this now. And I just did this, about 4 or 5 months ago. But the point is, if I'd have listened to my mind, I wouldn't have cut this because I'd have cut the glove.
Yeah.
But the
Look
spirit,
at that.
Huh?
I had one like that. Well, I've got one left, but I had two. And there was a machine that Bev bought, and I used it. It's like a heat machine.
Uh-huh.
And I woke up the next day and this finger was straightened.
It was straightened, or?
It was crooked like yours.
Or like this?
Yeah. And I used this heat machine on it. And I woke up the next morning and I said, wait a minute, what's going on here? It was straight. Yeah.
Did it heal the tendon and everything? You can move it? I can't.
Oh yeah,
I can't.
You know what? I'm not even sure. I think it's probably was the left hand or right hand. I don't even remember. I don't even see a sign of it. Look at this one.
See, look at this. This was something fell on in 2015, and it was straight like this. A couple days later, I woke up. It was like this. But this I did a few. Now, if I find that machine or whatever you talking about, I'm sure I'm gonna use it on this. And you know what? Thank you, Father, for teaching me a lesson to start listening to my spirit more often. That's all this was, a lesson. And that's what we go through.
I do it every day. When I say every day, what I'm talking about is that it comes into, people normally say, God told me this. And I used to look at it and thought, get out of here. But as you get older, more mature, and into looking at things the right way, you realize. And so basically every day, things happen to me and I'm going this way. And then it's like there is a voice would say, And I go that way, or if I don't go the right way, something happened. And I thought, look at that.
That's the creator.
It happens this evening. I was finishing off some part of the executive letter on another letter, and somebody called. And I said to Bev, I'm not going to take this call. I'm not going to take this call. I took the call. And when I went back, I cannot find this thing. It's gone. Can't find it. again, this is disobedient to the voice.
I wanna say something about that. And Cash, you are right. When you say as you get older, is that you get when you're younger, and this is just my thought. When you're younger, there's so many things around you that are super duper loud. And when I say loud, I mean as far as distraction.
Yeah.
As you're younger, because everything, you're younger, you're running after this, you're running after that, you're doing this thing, you're doing that thing, and you have not, most of us have not been taught to be in tune with the spirit.
That's right.
So in your youth, your everything is loud because the spirit is not loud. It is a small, still voice that speaks to you in truth in the way you should go. So when you get older, things quiet down a lot more as you get older.
Yep.
And the sound of the spirit brings you more into tune with it. So when you're doing something and you're quietly doing something, you can hear the spirit, like my husband said, say, you need to put your gloves on, and it's up even after the spirit speaks to you, because the Father said it will bring us into all truth.
That's right.
So if it's telling you to do something, it already knows what's going to happen.
Yeah.
So he said, I can just do this real quick, and then something happens. But that is a teaching lesson. It teaches you how to get in tune with the spirit more, that you would follow it without taking your own mindset to go another way. So that's just the thought on when you said as you get older. Yeah, you're right, because you slow down and you listen more. You're more in tune with what's going on. You could be driving and it could say, "Oh, don't go that way. Go this way." Even if it's the longer way,
That's true.
Take it. You take it because you don't know what's going to block you down on the other side that you'd probably normally go. Or if something's going to happen, like an accident, and you don't know, you just take the way that the spirit is leading you to take.
There you go.
My husband does it all the time. He was like, I was going to go over there, but I think I'm going to go over this way. And that is, as you get older, you start to listen more. I really wish that would have been taught that at an earlier age. I think that some of us would not have made decisions that we made that could have turned us, who knows, if we said yes to something or no to something,
Well, they say it comes in its own time, but I'm having an amazing time with that particular type of issue. The following, hearing the voice, it's just crazy. Well, crazy in the sense of good.
Right.
But there was a Napoleon Hill, Think and Grow Rich, man. You heard of it? Yeah?
Napoleon Hill?
Wait, say that again. Yeah. Say it again, Cat, because you was going in and out real right then.
Napoleon Hill, he's got a book he called Think and Grow Rich.
Right. I know. Now, right. Napoleon Hill. Hill.
Now, he used to meet, I think, once a month or once a week with, I think it was like 7 or 8 dead men of the past, like Ford.
This must start going in and out again. Everything. I mean, it's like I can hear every other word.
I can hear him absolutely clearly. So it may be on your side.
Oh, you hear him? You hear him clearly?
I hear him perfectly clear.
Yeah, it must be on my side. But then it's gonna be in the full, cause the others is gonna be blinking in and out on those. But in the full version is gonna probably be able to hear everything clearly.
All right.
But go ahead, Kaz, just so you can speak it out then.
So he meet up with these guys I think it's once a month or something like that. And he even said Lincoln has a habit of turning up late, Anyway, he sits there and he can converse with them for probably about a couple of hours. Okay. Now, he never brought that out until way later. He said, now, if I told the world that, they would put me in a straitjacket. You know, when you say you're talking to basically dead men because you can hear it's like the spirit moving you to deal with these people. So Hendo brought it out the other day that he was wishing Mr. Putin happy birthday. He says, I'm going to do it today because it's on the 7th of October. So this is the 5th, and I might not be able to do it. And he said that the Father will be using him now, and he won't even realize what's going on. But the Father will be using him now because he's now reached the age of 70. So as you get more mature, it gives you more responsibility because you are wiser. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And as I go along, I'm experiencing these things, and I'm thinking, where is this coming from? Where is this coming from? And I was like, I'm talking to somebody, and sometimes the subject, I don't even know. And then all of a sudden, I'm giving the right answers. You know, so yeah, go ahead.
I was gonna say, that's something that my first teacher, besides the spirit that the teacher that the Creator had brought me to be under, he made a mention of that. He said, when you're older, you're just gonna know things just because you're older. He said, he said, when you're older, especially when you're in the Creator, but the fact that you're older, you're just gonna know stuff. Not knowing that you know it, you're just gonna know it, just the fact that you're older. And that was something that my quote unquote spiritual teacher, Brother Rabbi Divine, shared some years back when I was guided to there to learn when I started learning when it comes to the knowledge that I've come to learn today. Well, that was spiritual knowledge when it comes to the scriptures, but that was one of the things he said as well. But I didn't want to interrupt you.
No. That was basically the point. It's as you get more mature, as you said, things come to you. It's probably been there from a long time. It's just that it comes more to the forefront now that you're able to handle things better. I think it's the Apostle Paul, one of them.
Mm-hmm.
He said, I have many more things to share with you, but basically they're not ready for it. You understand?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's one of them.
Okay.
Yes.
And that's why I understand when it says in 24, First Chronicles 21, verse 24, and it says, and King David said to Ornan, nay, but I will verily buy it for the full price, for I will not take that which is thine for Yah, nor offer burnt offerings without cost. And that was something. Verse 25. So David gave to Ornan for the place 600 shekel. Okay. This is what we read a little earlier.
Yeah.
It said for 600. The place. So David gave to Ornan for the place 600 shekels of gold by weight. See, it didn't say that in part one. Let's go over and get part one on that.
Yeah, there's 50.
Yes, right. Over in part one, it said that and nay, King said unto her, nay, but I will surely buy it of thee. This is 24, 2 Samuel 24. Nay, the king said unto Ornan, I'm going to say it the same way it's saying over here, Ornan. Nay, but I will surely buy it of thee at a price. Neither will I offer burnt offerings unto Yah, my father, for that which is what doeth cost me nothing. So David bought the threshing floor and the oxen. This is just the threshing floor and the oxen for 50 shekels of silver. And David built there an altar unto Yah and offered burnt offerings and peace offerings. So Yah entreated for the land, and the plague was stayed from Israel. But over here, it says, so David gave unto Ornan for the place 600 shekels of gold by weight. And David built there an altar unto Yah. See, these are keys. When we look at these are key points. Hold on. That's First Chronicles. I supposed to did this one over here in blue. But so David, and David built in, okay, so he did it for 600 shekels, and over here he said 50 shekels. So David bought the threshing floor for oxen for the threshing floor and the oxen for 50 shekels of silver. But over here he said he bought the place. David gave Ornan for the place 600 shekels of gold by weight. So, and this is why people say,
you know, I'm looking again here.
Huh?
That I think it was 1587.
Yeah, you said 1588. You said it came up in today's day, 1588.
So I think what it was giving me there was the actual price per gram.
Per gram.
Yeah, so I've got here 60 is no, sorry, 11.4 grams is 600. Yeah, $60 per gram.
That's for silver.
The shekels, gold.
Shekels of silver or shekels of gold?
Shekels of gold.
Okay.
For them.
Over here it says David gave Ornan for the place 600 shekels of gold by weight. Right? 600 shekels of gold by weight. 26. And David built there an altar unto Yah, and offered burnt offerings and peace offerings, and called upon Yah. And he answered him from heaven by fire upon the altar of the burnt offering. He answered him by fire.
Mm-hmm.
He answered him by fire. Now, it's several, and now this is one time he answered by fire. The Creator also answered Elijah by fire. The Creator has spoke, I'm saying the Creator. In Revelations 11, it talks about the Creator will speak and answer people by fire. Fire will proceed out their mouth, shall I say. I've kept telling people Israel and Judah is the two witnesses. Just the fact when you speak, it doesn't mean fire came straight out their mouth. When you speak, fire came down from heaven. And this is an example of what happened when you talk about the two witnesses. The two witnesses is Judah and Israel. And not just Judah and Israel, the single individual. It's talking about the nations that's doing the will, which is the prophets that's doing the will of the Creator. That's Revelations 11. The two witnesses. But it said verse 27. And Yah commanded the angel, and he put up his sword again into his sheath. So the angel stand up in heaven. And like I said, if people understood that you can see these things, I saw things physically and spiritually. And I'm looking at like I shared the story not too long ago. The one I seen in the spirit, I feel like I saw it in real life, but I was dreaming that. But it seemed like it was real. So
we got some real money here now. It making more sense because it didn't seem right.
Yeah, it didn't seem right before.
$410,400
for shekels.
What happened is $60 per gram.
For this gold or silver?
Silver. Sorry, gold. So adding it all up, it comes to $410,400
for 600 shekels of gold by weight.
Yeah.
How much is that again?
So what they've got here now is 640 grams multiplied by 60 gives you $410,400.
What's a shekel by weight?
It is $60 per gram.
Okay, is a shekel a gram?
Yeah.
A shekel is a gram.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'll put this
By
up here.
weight. Standard ancient Hebrew shekel weighs around 11.4 grams. Therefore, weight calculation 600 shekels multiplied by 11.4 grams gives you 640 grams. And then you
614?
40. Then you multiply that by 60, and that will give you $410,400 US.
4,000?
410,400.
And that's the gold. That's the dang, I'm in the wrong spot. That's the 600, that's the 600 shekels of gold by weight.
Yeah.
Correct?
I'm gonna send that to you right now.
Okay, that'd be good. So it's good just to have but shekels, it equals grams. Am I correct?
Yeah, because they do it, it's doing it in weight. They weigh it.
Right.
Oops.
So what you're saying is shekels in gold equals weight, equal grams in weight.
Yeah, it's like you take up a piece of silver or a piece of gold and you put it on a scale,
Right.
and what it weighs, you evaluate at that. So I'm
I
gonna
got you.
send you that now. Oops. There's a time limit on there.
Just
Right?
to know.
It's there. Look at that magic, eh?
The snow is coming down.
Snow coming down.
Yeah, it's coming down.
Don't say that.
Okay, that's in chat.
Okay, mine is just sitting on the ground. I've just sent it to you. It has arrived.
Okay.
Oh no, I missed out. Let me try it again. I blocked up something there.
You send in the chat on the
No, in WhatsApp.
Oh, I can't see it. I can't get the WhatsApp until I get off the phone.
Okay.
Yeah, because I got all my phones is occupied. But I have to check it out. And what I'm gonna do is put that still. I'm gonna put that according to this right here. But that's something to look at, just to have. Oh, let me get back over here. So again, we'll start at 26. It says, and David built there an altar unto Yah and offered burnt offerings and peace offerings and called upon Yah and answered him and said he answered him from heaven by fire upon the altar of the burnt offerings. And it says, and Yah, verse 27, and Yah commanded the angel, and he put up his sword again into his sheath thereof. At that time, when David saw that Yah had answered him in the threshing floor of Ornan, the Jebusite, then he sacrificed there. For the tabernacle of Yah which Moses made in the wilderness, for the tabernacle of Yah which Moses made in the wilderness, and the altar of the burnt offering were at the season in the high place of Gibeon. But David could not go before it to inquire of Yah, for he was afraid because of the sword of the angel of Yah. he seen an angel out there. He was scared.
Yeah.
I don't blame him neither. So what he's saying is, but David could not go before the inquiry of Yah. It was a, for the tabernacle of the Yah was which Moses made in the wilderness, and the altar of the burnt offering were at that season in the high place of Gibeon. Remember, Gibeon is where Samuel. That's where Samuel would go and do the praises and stuff like
that. Lady's.
Huh?
Wait, he went to see that lady's face, wasn't that a witch? Was that the witch?
No. That's Saul. Samuel
used
to Gibeon used to be the place where Samuel used to go to keep the burnt offerings and all the things there. But this is when David built this. That's why I said David bought the place and he built it there. And this is where the beginning
Just give me a second.
Huh? Say again?
Give me a second.
Oh, this is the beginning where the temple, before the temple was made, but this is where they started doing the sacrifice and stuff here, because this is where the angel saw it. So David seen the angel. This is where the plague stopped at. So this is more like a place of history and reckoning where, man, this is special. Right here. He couldn't go there. He couldn't go to Gibeon, where the actual place of the tabernacle was set at, because David was scared. So then when he started coming to, when the angel come to Jerusalem, that's when the Creator talked to him. That's when he talked to the Creator and the Creator heard him. And the angel put his sword up. So the sword didn't mean he had to hit like that, but he just probably point and said, wherever he's pointing at, that's where they was doing, that's where the plague was. And this is really something for people to really understand.
And this is it's amazing. It's amazing. Imagine our foreparents have passed away, hoping for this moment. And look at, we are now living in that time. And imagine seeing an angel with his sword. Man, I'm gonna be yo.
You know what? I could almost understand if anybody saw. Just imagine a giant in the sky, and he had a sheath and he had a sword in it, but not this stuff that they doing today. They making what they doing? They making holograms and stuff. I'm talking about if they do it and then stuff is happening while it's going on. That's a whole different story. But see, we in the day of, this is Satan's situation that's doing it. I'm saying Satan, I'm talking about the system. When I say, when y'all hear me say Satan, if y'all ever hear me say Satan, I'm talking about the system. I'm not talking about no God or no deity. I'm talking about the system. It's either I'm talking about an individual, get behind me, Satan. Is either I'm talking about individual or I'm talking about the system. If you ever hear me talking about Satan or white man, I don't say white man. I'm talking about the Caucasian, which is the man in power. I'm not talking, when I say white man or if I say Caucasian, I'm talking about, excuse me, a particular person, or I'm talking about the system. If you hear me say Caucasian or white man. Other than that, I'm not into white, black, and all that. No, because those are statuses. So that's why I stand on those. But other than that, Cass, what you get out of what we read today and the information we came across?
Again, it's going back to the whole thing about not leaning up on your own understanding.
There you go.
Because basically we're nothing. We're nothing. You find these people, they go up and they stand up, look at me kind of stuff. And that's madness because you're nothing. Absolutely nothing.
That's right.
I used to do a little bit of boxing, not professional, but I was okay at what I do. But I never actually go up there when they're trying to hold my hand up. Come on, and be pompous, really, and behave like you're some god or something. I've never done that. Never done that. I don't want the praise. I got in there because of certain things, and the last time I got wound up so bad, I went in there and I tore this guy up. I only hit him 3 times. And he was out, completely out, frothing from his mouth. He was in coma for 7 days.
Really?
And I said, no more, no more. That's it. I tore off my gloves right there and I never did it again. It's so you leave those things behind you.
I agree.
Yeah.
I was pretty good in my day as well. I think I'm still pretty good today, but I ain't gonna try myself. But
good, man. I seen you dropping some foot out there. I didn't know when it came, but it seems to be an old one. When you got your van?
Say
I think
again?
it was when you got your van.
Uh-huh.
So you tearing up the ground out there, doing some spinning and
dancing. Yeah, I still cut a rug a little bit. I can still get
I
on.
said, go make
youngsters.
a
Huh?
I said, go make a yell.
Yeah, I can still do a little something. Like I said, I still think I can handle these as well. But I'm older now and I'm working for the creator. So my D's is this.
Yep.
That's what my D's are today. I creator handle all my hard work.
That's the better sword anyway.
Huh?
I said that's a better sword.
Exactly. Well, Joe and baby girl, go ahead. Say again, Cass.
I said it cuts both ways.
Oh, definitely. I wanted to hear what my baby Joanne got out of the information today. Since you're here, I'm glad to see you here. Miss Joe.
Falling asleep again.
Yeah, she might
sleep. And also, as I said before, David stood up and saved his people getting hurt, whereas you find a lot of people end up in jail or even die for something that they didn't do.
Yep.
Because somebody else knew and they wouldn't say.
That's right.
But the thing about it is that it says everything that's done in the dark
come to the light.
Out. And apparently there is a 10-day thing coming up where it's going to be
10 days of darkness?
Not particularly darkness, but there's going to be control takeover of the airwaves. And they will be broadcasting, I think, for 10 days stuff that people really need to know that's been hidden from them. So I don't know when it's going to happen, but Hendo brought it out. Also, it's on social media and Telegram.
Mm-hmm.
It's on there. So I'm not sure when, but something we look forward to.
Well, we'll find out soon enough. So before we go, I want to read what a couple of people have said. Some on YouTube. But I would like to say, Seven McClure, thank you for joining on Instagram. You came through for a few minutes. He's the only one came through that I seen. But over here on Facebook, I like to thank Ali, say Ali you, Israel
I think
for
you need to
watching.
ask him.
Huh?
I think you need to ask him to pronounce it for you.
I think no, that's what it's Ali you because it's Ali Yah and you, the just a you. So it's Ali you Israel. But what he said is he shared something. He said, my daddy used to tell me, son, always follow your first mind. That you say that used to confuse the heck out of me, but I get it now. And he said it used to confuse the heck out of him, but you get it now. So
Right.
yeah, bro, that's on point. And I'm glad you got it. And this is growth for all of us. This is how the Creator helps us grow, and we grow in this day and time. And thank you for coming, bro. Please like, subscribe, and share on the YouTube, and hopefully you can get in with the Zoom on us and come to the Zarba class as well. It's knowledge there as well. So, Ali Yayu, Israel, I thank you for being here. Seven McClure. Also, we got over here on YouTube Live. We got who came in. We have the babysitter 173 came through. They said hi, how you doing? Logan Connolly, Conley, said hi. Kennedy Reagan, hello sir, how you doing? Kennedy Reagan gave an emoji. Amen, sir. Amen. Thank you, sir. Bakugo, 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 RPG. Hi, sir. How you doing? Also, he said, how's your day? It's going great, my brother. He says hi, and Bakugo again says, amen, sir. He says why on one point. I don't know what the why was for, but the last thing he said, someone named Adley Hurley. Ali Hurley says hi as well. Like say greetings to everybody that came through and that was a part of today. And this was the last of 2 Samuel chapter 24. And we went into the other part of the story in 1 Chronicles chapter 21. So we started in part 1 with 2 Samuel 24, which is the last chapter and the last chapter of the book of 2 Samuel. And next Sabbath, we'll be here at 12 noon with 1 Kings. We're starting in 1 Kings next week. But like I said, we did part 1, 2 Samuel chapter 24, and in part 2, we did 1 Chronicles chapter 21. Both of them coincide the same, but it was made to seem different compared to the devil that moved David and the creator that moved David in his anger. So I shared that information so people can get a better understanding. I'd like to thank everybody for their time, their patience, their listening ear, and their seeing eye for being here. And we getting ready to pull out. But just before we pull out, I always share that I am that Mikael in Daniel chapter 12, verses 1, 2, 3. Yeah, that's me. Showing the holy people who they're really supposed to be. Waking them out of their dead beds, which is really in their heads. For all of you who's living in the new, this is for you. I'm that same Mikael in Revelations 12, battling that red dragon where Satan dwells, who deceiveth the whole world but prevaileth not, because the horn is blown without a doubt. This was prophesied for you to see that Mikael is really me. Other than that, I'd like to thank everybody for coming today. Today, again, is January 10th, 2026. And we're on our way out. We're going to end with Numbers chapter 22. There I go. Chapter 6. Numbers chapter 6, verse 22 through 27. This is the benediction that Moses was to tell Aaron to tell the children of Israel. And then from there, we're going to do the Shema. And then we're going to give the information on how to connect with us and stay connected with us throughout the week and throughout our days and our platforms. So right now, we get ready to do the benediction. And the benediction, as I said again, is in Numbers chapter 6, verse 22 through 27. And it states, and Yah spake unto Moses, saying, speak unto Aaron and unto his son, saying, on this wise ye shall bless the children of Israel, saying unto them, Yah bless thee and keep thee. Yah make his face shine upon thee and be gracious unto thee. Yah lift up his countenance upon thee and give thee peace. And they shall put my name, which is the Creator's law, upon the children of Israel, and Yah will bless them. Just wanted to share with you. This is the Shema. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad, Baruch Shekebo, Vakuto V'olam Va'ed. Hallelujah. Hear, O Israel, Yah our Father is one Father. Blessed be thy glorious kingdom forever and ever. Hallelujah. Praise you, Father, for all you've done, been doing, and plan to do. We ask you and thank you and praise you for all you've done, been doing for us, to us, and with us. We ask you to keep us in your way, keep us in your path, allow us to keep walking your way, and bring your kingdom into fruition. We thank you for allowing us to be your servants and your people to do your will. In your holy name we pray. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
Praise you, Almighty. All right. Now,
Thank you.
thank you, my brother Kaz, you and Beverly for coming through today.
Run and leave you, though, unfortunately.
Huh?
As I'm going to have to run and leave you.
Okay, no problem, my brother. As you leave,
30.
we'll see you soon. I'm going to let everybody else know how to get back in contact with us. I'll look forward to seeing you, if not tomorrow night or Monday, definitely Tuesday rising, because
yes. Yep.
Huh?
Yep, definitely.
All right.
Thank
I
you.
look forward
Have
to
a
seeing
good
you
one.
then.
Bye-bye.
Peace and love, bro. Peace and love,
Love.
Beverly.
Peace and love.
All right. Love y'all.
Bye-bye now.
All right. Thank you. Now, for everybody else, if you're interested, I like to share this first because Tuesdays is our private Zoom meetings. This is private Zoom meetings. And if you're interested in coming to our private Zoom meeting, which is actually our Sovereign Class of Knowledge, we're here on Tuesdays at 7:30 a.m. and 9 p.m. Tuesday at 7:30 a.m. for those who can't make it in the morning because they go to work early, and also at 9, for those who can't make it in the morning because they go to work in the morning. We're here at 7:30 a.m. and 9 p.m. for those who work early, and 9 p.m. for those who work 9 p.m. for those who work early, and 7:30 p.m. a.m. for those who work late. Let me get that right. So, like I'm saying, we're here on Tuesday risings and Tuesday nights at 7:30 a.m. and 9 p.m. For an introduction to Sovereign Class of Knowledge. And by doing this, what you would do is you would send me your name, number, and email. You would text me your name, number, and email, and I would text and email you back to excuse me. I will use your email. I'll put in my in my I'll put it in my calendar. Once I put it in my calendar, it's gonna come to your email. And what you would do, you would accept the dates that I've given you from L'chaim at either Juice Pro 33. That's my YouTube. Under l'chaim@gmail.com or Michael the Juice Hair, it's gonna come up. And what you would do is you would accept those, and then that way you get all my links for the days that we're doing everything that we're doing, whether it's this or my public links as well for my private. So again, the private for Tuesdays, which is Zoom only. And if you'd like to get in contact with me, just put in the post, in the message, your name, number, email, and say, I'd like to know more about the solving classes or just more about the alkaline water or teas. And I'll send that to you. And what you would do is text me your name, number, and email, and I'll use that purpose to get back with you as I was just sharing with you. Text me your name, number, and email, or you can also email me you can take down my email. My email is let me get first my text, my number. I'm getting mixed up, y'all. My number is 770-572-5315. Again, that's 770-572-5315 to text me the information if you want to come into Tuesday or any of my other information. Also, you can email me or you can take my email down. My email is lkhyym@gmail.com. Excuse me. It's lkhyym@gmail.com. All right. That's my email. Now, if you'd like to get on my platforms or know more about them, or if you can like, subscribe, and share with me on my YouTube and also my Twitter, my X, formerly known as Twitter, is both my YouTube and my X, formerly known as Twitter, is under Juice Pro 33, which is all one word. Again, which is Juice Pro, JUICEPRO 33, Juice Pro 33, all one word. You can like, subscribe, and share if you like as well to connect with me on YouTube and also X, formerly known as Twitter. You'll also connect with me on Facebook. My Facebook is Mikael Harris, which is spelled MI''CHAEL, excuse me, space HARRIS. That's MI''CHAEL space HARRIS. That's my Facebook. Now, if you're interested in connecting with me on Instagram and one of my TikToks, my Instagram and one of my TikToks is l'chaim_the juice, which is spelled LKHYYM_THEJUICE. Again, LKHYYM_THEJUICE. All right. That's Instagram and one of my TikToks. My other TikTok and my other YouTube, you can put in the search engine. And also like, subscribe, and share under Michael the Juice Harris, which is MICHAEL space MICHAEL THEJUICEHARRIS. Again, that's MICHAEL THEJUICEHARRIS. That's Michael the Juice Harris on TikTok and also on my other YouTube. You can like, subscribe, and share. And if you'd like to see the full version, which we upload, is on patreon.com and rumble.com, both of them /LKHYYM. That's patreon.com and rumble.com /LKHYYM. All right. Now, for my other platform as well as my Zooms platforms are what you're going to have once you connect with me. Is we just start with night after Sunday. I don't like saying Sunday night. It's night after Sunday, which is Fight Fire with Truth and Open Conversation. We have open conversations at that time. And that's Fight Fire with Truth. And that's on the night after Sunday. Excuse me. Called Sunday night. If you notice, this always happens when I'm done. The yarn start coming. Sunday night, well, really night after Sunday at 9 p.m. Then on Monday, Eastern time, 9 p.m. Eastern time. And then on Mondays, or the night after Monday, which some people call Monday night, the night after Monday, we have Mikael's Knowledge of Truth. That's Mikael's Knowledge of Truth. That's night after Monday at 9 p.m. as well. That's 9 p.m. night after Monday. And then don't forget, we're here on Tuesdays, the morning of Tuesday at 7 a.m., 7 a.m. and 9 p.m. 7 a.m. and 9 p.m. on Tuesday. Excuse me, I'm getting tired now. That's on Tuesdays. And last but not least, on the Sabbath, as we are today, we're at the Sabbath, the Assembly of the Righteous. The Sabbath, which is the Assembly of the Righteous, which we're here every Sabbath at 12 p.m. noon, which is the end of the morning and the beginning of the evening. The peak of the day is noon. And that's the beginning of the evening and the end of the morning. And we're here 12 noon, all of them Eastern time. Other than that, I thank y'all for your time, your patience, your listening ear, your seeing eye. Okay, I read, and I read. So, other than that, I thank you. Appreciate love, y'all. Yep, I did get. Yes, I did. Yep. Abuku. Yep, I did. So, other than that, I thank y'all for y'all time, your patience, your listening ear, your seeing eye. We're going to say bye to Instagram first. I'd like to thank you for your time, your patience, your listening ear, and your seeing eye. Love you, appreciate love you. So hopefully we see you next week right here at 12 p.m. noon. And we'll be starting in the first book of Kings, chapter 1. Peace. Go. All right. And over here on Facebook, I thank you for your time. And my brother, Ali Yayu, I thank you for coming. I appreciate your time. Please come back and share it with us. If you can, connect with me so you can get into this information about coming out of Babylon or coming out of the system, because the Creator has showed me the way. Well, showed me anyways. Many people out here doing it, but I don't know how they're doing it. I know He has shared with me, and I've been through the process of doing certain things. So I love for you to come through. Other than that, I thank you for your time, your patience, your listening ear, and your seeing eye. Appreciate love you, bro, and you hold it down. Peace, family. But this yarn and stuff be coming on me all of a sudden. And over here on YouTube Live, I thank you for your time, your patience, your listening ear, your seeing eye, and for you who is still here, I thank you for being here. Ali Hurley, Bakugo. That what it sounds like. It says Bakugo. 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 RPG. Thank you. If this is you, if not, whoever you may be, I thank you for coming through. I appreciate, love you, and I'll see you soon. Peace. Shabbat shalom. And over here, oh man, I forgot I usually have you go first. But I left you. But then again, we are where we are. On Zoom. I thank you for your time. Miss Joe, you there? And she probably still asleep. I thank y'all for y'all time, your patience, your listening ear, your seeing eye. Glad I recognized you, because I'd probably left you on. Peace and love. That's my baby, Miss Joe. Be down there in a minute, sweetie. She probably knocked out. This is what we do on the Sabbath. But after I get done, I go back and lay down and I rest. Peace.